Where's my volume? Hang on.
All right. Wouldn't be a shit show without it.
Yes. You got it? All right, Zoe figured it out. All right, bring that shit back to the beginning. Play that badass fucking video that I spent all day making the other day.
Turn up. I'm muting my mic.
Yes, I'm muting too. Let's do it. Let's talk some shit.
This is an MFN production.
Yes, sir. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Same shit. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Come, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody fucking with me. Nobody fucking with me. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Oh, I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Oh, nobody fucking with me. Nobody fucking with me. Nobody fucking with me. Fucking with me. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Oh, I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Oh, nobody fucking with me. Nobody fucking with me. Nobody fucking with me. Fucking with me. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Same shit. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Come, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Bridge to Captain Picard.
Go ahead.
We've just received word from the fleet. They've engaged the Borg.
Mr. Data, put Starfleet frequency 1486 on audio.
Aye, sir.
The Stand is not a great Eminem song.
No, I did not say Stan is not a great Eminem
Okay,
song.
what did you say?
What happens when a masked producer and a headphone-wearing comic book artist get together to talk music shit, comic book shit, and political shit on the internet? Monty. Hannibal the Beat Animal. Hannibal and Monty Shit Show! Holy shit! My name gets to be in the title this time. Hannibal and Monty Shit Show.
Why is my name second? What kind of shit is this?
Hannibal and Monty Shit Show! Let's talk some shit.
Get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit. So it's together. And if you gotta take it somewhere, you know? Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.
There we go.
And we are live. Here we go. Welcome to the Hannibal and Monty Shit Show. I am Hannibal, the beat animal.
And I am Monty. Why does
And
that stream say we're on Drunken Peasants? Hit that transition again, Zoe. We're not on Drunken Peasants right now. But continue with your intro. Start that over. Try it again. Shit show.
I'm gonna start it over. Welcome to Hannibal and Monty Shit Show. I am Hannibal, the beat animal.
And I am Monty. Sorry, I was shit.
And this is episode 30, maybe an episode about...
Here it comes.
Great Scott.
Or.
We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five.
There we go. Yes.
I just like to tell everybody I was the one that picked the second title because our special guest today, whom we've been low-key stalking for quite some time now, to get on the show.
Yes.
People always confuse Monty.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell
with
him that
our
part.
special guest.
Yes.
Oh, you didn't tell him?
No, I didn't tell him about that, and it's good that it happens live. And look, we are in the same place at the same time, and we look nothing alike. We don't all look the same.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, and I'll be honest with you guys. I thought Monty and Greater Sapien were the same person for a while. I was like, you know what, Monty? I've never seen y'all in the same place at the same time. So now I know it's official now. You guys are different people.
There you go. And with all that being said, welcome to the shit show, Greater Sapien.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. It is a pleasure to be here.
Yes. Why don't you
And
tell?
yeah,
why don't you tell these
and I
shitheads
noticed.
who you
I'm
are?
like, yeah, you do look kind of like me. Yeah, that's true. Now the thing is you're a comic book artist. Have you ever been to a comic convention?
Oh hell yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Last time I was at a Comic Con, I was because I've done comics myself. I was walking through Comic Con, actually one of like a few times back, and people kept saying, "Hey man, love your work. Hey man, love your work." I'm like, cool, thanks. Hey man, love your work. And I hadn't done anything in a little bit. Then I walked around the corner and I ran into Kyle Baker. And I was like, oh
wow. All right.
That's what it was. And then someone else said, hey man, I'm like, I'm not Kyle Baker. And they went, oh. So now we need to get us in a line because it's age-wise, it's going to be you, me, and Kyle Baker. It's just like time travel.
Yes. Shit.
That's right. It's like when you powering up your Pikachu. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it'd be like the great stages. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what that means
Right.
to Batman, but I'm looking at the chat. Like, how does Greater Sapien look like the ghost of Monty? That doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about, to Batman?
Ouch.
I think he's saying that because of the grays,
The gray.
Oh, all right.
The lines.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get it.
All right, I get it. I'm sorry to Batman. I'm sorry. And I didn't say what's up to the shitheads. What's up, shitheads?
Yes, we as always, we are happy to have you guys tuning into the show. We have a very special Saturday show because we have a very special Saturday guest.
Yes.
So we're very happy to and Greater Sapien, I gotta say, I am a fan of your the comment of the day that you do where you go through comments and address the fans and stuff. I want to get to the point where we have that many fans where we can do that as well.
What's going to happen is you're going to get to the point where you have so many fans that you kind of have to do that because you don't have time to deal with comments. That's the thing. I don't have time to deal with comments anymore. It's crazy. Everybody wants feedback. Everybody wants you to respond, and I can't do it.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to scan through them. Something that like makes me want to say something, I'll comment to that. But I used to spend hours, writing comments. You'd be like arguing with people in the comment threads for hours, and it's like, no, I don't have time for that anymore.
Yeah. I get it. We're not there. We do our best to reply to all shitheads that talk to us right now.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do. I mean, it's people want to know you're there. They want to know who you are. They want to get that feedback.
Yeah.
They want to get a part of you.
Yes.
And you got to give it to them to kind of build that base. Yeah. If that's what you're looking. I wasn't really looking for that. I was just looking to argue with people. But now I have to start thinking in terms of that. I'm like, oh, okay, well, this is, it's taking a certain amount of time away from my family, so it better start making some money to make it worth the time away from my family. So then I do have to start making sure I'm nurturing the group.
Yes. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. You put out great content. If y'all aren't subscribed to Greater Sapien, his link is in the description. Check his shit out. He's fucking awesome. And
he's got just a completely little bit of a bunch more followers than us. So you should definitely check him out if you're not checking out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what I want is I want my people. So I'm definitely going to be pushing this on my end, and maybe after a week, maybe I can mirror it or something like that.
Yes, absolutely, you can. You can do whatever you want.
Especially because next week I'm heading to Dallas, and my content's going to go down. I'm going to be in Dallas for a couple weeks, so I'll definitely push your stuff because I want you to get the following, but I also want the people that I know that follow me to see this different look, this different thing.
Yeah,
they get in this mindset that this is just how everything is. This is how everybody acts. This is how Greater Sapien is. This is, he's like me, so he must be like this. Because I'm a fan of his, so he must be like me, which means he's this way.
Yeah,
and I want them to see this other stuff. So, and it'll be a benefit for them just socially.
Yeah, definitely.
to have a deeper.
We run into that same thing too, and part of it is like we want to show people that and I know it's become like a very commonplace, almost overused phrase that black people are not a monolith. You know what I'm saying? We don't all like the same things, do the same things. You know what I'm saying? Have the same thoughts and philosophies and stuff like that. We all think and feel differently. So, get to know us. We're pretty fantastic. Although, I think all black people like watermelon. I don't trust black
people. I fucking love watermelon.
Just saying. Not trying to. I hate perpetuating the negative stereotypes about black people.
Seriously, if you meet a black person
here's the thing. I can't taste watermelon. I literally cannot taste it. So I don't dislike it. I literally don't taste it. I eat it because it's cold and it's full of water.
But have you ever turned it down?
Nah, not really.
All right. See, if a black person turns it down, take out your phone and snap a picture real quick.
Yeah. You never know.
Depends on where we're at.
All right.
Okay.
I will turn it down if it's like, okay, it's gonna be too much of a stereotype if I.
Yes, I look. Listen, sometimes when I would be at like a company function, there would be like the watermelon, and then right next to it is like some cantaloupe and some honeydew. The garbage fruit. And,
I hate that stuff.
It'd be like, and I was like, man, I don't want to perpetuate the stereotype, but if there ain't nobody else gonna take it, I'm just gonna eat this plate.
And I gotta jump in because before the stream started, I looked down at my phone and saw a payment. I was like, "What happened?" I'm Baiting hit us up with $20 before the show started.
Shout out to I'm Baiting. That guy's a trooper.
Not only is he a cream of the crap patron, along with Barry Sykes and Antonovich. Thank y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
He and his message is, "Here's a $20 before you start. I want to make sure you can afford to buy those big booty, butt her face, crack whore blowjobs." I don't know what that means, I'm Baiting, but thank you. I will probably spend it on more show stuff. I appreciate it.
but if he gave you the money to spend on big booty bitches, then really you're being disrespectful by not giving the money the way he said. So, and just to let I'm Baiting know, big booty bitches cost way more than $20. So, allegedly, I've heard. That's what I've been told. I don't know if that's true.
Yes. So
I'm joking, babe.
And I got to get into our shit real quick before we get distracted and not get to the show. So yeah, if you wanna be like I'm Baiting, hit us up on Streamlabs. The stream goal is getting there, and we'll explain what that is in the next little segment, or where we're going with it. But we'll read all your Streamlabs just like I read I'm Baiting. Zoe, my 13-year-old, had to write that I'm Baiting, just so you know. Just so you know. And she probably cringed while writing it. So, but I appreciate it. You're doing a good job. But hit us up, Streamlabs. Streamlabs.com/Hannibal and Monty Show. Instagram, 5H1T Show. Snapchat, show_5H1T. And Twitter, 5H1T Show. And Discord, the link is in the description. So, that's all of our shit. So should we move into talking about what's next and see where this conversation goes?
Yeah, let's do
Okay,
what's
real
up
quick
next.
though. Can I finish up a thought that I had?
Oh yeah. Finish saying what you were saying. I'm sorry.
Well, no, it was just talking about how black people are not a monolith. And it's true. But more importantly, I think at least a lot of my viewers need to understand that an individual black person is also not just one thing.
Yes,
we are many things. We're layered. We have facets to us. We have interests that are varied, and we kind of code switch naturally. So I may do something in one video that makes me seem like I'm this guy.
Yeah.
But in something else, all of a sudden I'm a different guy. It's like, no, because I am all these guys. And same thing with you. So I'm hoping my people will come here and just kind of see that it's like, oh, not only are black people not a monolith, but they're also not any one thing themselves. Each one of them is deeper and broader than I think.
So basically what you're saying is that we as a people are all individual Voltrons.
Yeah, so that means I don't have to pick a lion no more. I can just be all the
We are all of them.
Nice.
Well said, though, Greater Sapien. Thank you for that.
Yes.
Very well said. I didn't mean to. I hope that didn't, bring
somehow diminish.
Yes. This is the shit show. So
right.
No, cool.
But no, that was actually really great. But let's get into what's next. What's next, Zoe?
Shorty make it clear, 'cause we up next.
Yes, there we go.
I love how abruptly it cuts off. You know what I'm saying? It's just enough for us to not get flagged by Idris Elba.
Yes. And I'm waiting to see if that Wayans Brothers thing at the beginning, because I cut it. That was a second shorter than the Idris Elba clip that got us blocked worldwide.
That is a cool intro, though. That is a good video production there. I enjoy that one.
Thank you.
Good. Monty and I do all the music and video and all the work.
You do all the music.
I do the music. Like Monty is like, it's like in Ghostbusters how you had the two like dog monsters that were like destroying New York City. Like you had the one monster Zool that basically did all the work, and then it was like that other dog that kind of popped up towards the end. That's me. I'm that second dog. You know what I'm saying? Monty destroys the city, and I'm like, yeah, I helped.
It's shake and bake, and I helped. Well, on Wednesday, coming up, like that show is quick. I don't have the graphics ready, so I got a lot of work to do. Wednesday, we are once again adding to the great comic book list.
Yes.
With and we'll on that show. It's called what's the title of that show? Fuck, I can't remember. Say My Name. And we are doing origin stories this time with Ace Wonder and Ben Collinsworth from the Creole Alliance.
That's right. We're adding to our great comic book list. And Greater Sapien, I'm glad that we got you on the show because I actually watched your review of Captain Marvel. So because you're a guest now on Hannibal Monty Shit Show, anytime we do a comic book episode where we rank we're working on creating the great comic book list of all time. So when anytime anybody wants to know if a comic book film is good or bad, they come to us first before IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes, and we're doing everything. We're doing all the theatrical releases, all the straight to DVD releases. We're doing the television movies. We're doing the obscure. We're doing the big budget. We're doing everything.
And you reaching back, or you just staying?
Oh no, we're reaching back. Like we got
every comic book movie. Everything.
So you got like Incredible Hulk with Thor and Daredevil in there?
Yes, like we have listen, we have like for the superhero origin movie episode, because there were like 94 superhero origin movies, we narrowed it down to 7 that we were going to do, and we're going to do the 1977 made-for-TV Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man movie.
I remember that one.
Yep. 1994's The Mask. We are doing V for Vendetta. We are doing Captain America: First Avenger. We are doing Ant-Man, the Richard Donner 1978 Superman, and because the whole reason we were doing this episode, we are also doing Shazam.
Yes.
All right.
So we're going to be adding those movies to the list of, I think it's 35 or so movies that we've rated so far.
Yeah.
So,
and if you're ever up for doing the homework of watching comic book movies, let me know. Because as new movies come out, we're doing episodes to add to this list, and they'll all be centered around what it is. So let me know.
Right.
Oh no, yeah, I'm totally down for that. You're not just sticking to Origins though.
No. This time it's Origin because Shazam was in Origin. But continue.
This time we're doing superhero origins. The episode before that we did female superhero movies, which there are way more of those than you might have realized. And then before that we did all of the black superhero movies, and then before that we did all the superhero movies that came out in 2018, you know, the theatrical releases and the straight to DVD releases. It was 19 comic book movies that came out last year.
Yeah, that was
I didn't
rough.
even know that.
Yeah, that was rough.
Crazy.
And we watched and reviewed them all in what is our second most popular episode so far, Monty. I don't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
How long was that episode?
That episode was almost 4 hours.
Yeah, it was long as shit. It was a long.
And it's because we keep trying to squeeze our segments into these episodes that are long. This time we don't have a topic, so we're doing segments.
Longer than Endgame. That's longer than Endgame.
Yeah. And our shitheads are dedicated. Some of you stick around through the whole thing, and then they chat with us after. We love you. Cool. Thank you for that.
That's cool.
But
and the next comic book episode we do is going to be a Hellboy episode, and then after the Hellboy episode we're going to do an Avenger episode, and after the Avenger episode we're going to be doing an X-Men episode.
Yeah.
So
we got a lot of Hellboy yet. I've seen all the others, but
I haven't seen Hellboy yet either.
There are 5 Hellboy movies.
All right. Yeah, I'm busy getting guests for those.
There are 3 live action and there are 2 animated movies.
All right.
Yeah, we like when I tell you we're doing everything, we're doing everything.
Everything.
Anyways, next week we're doing the superhero origin episode featuring Ben Collinsworth from the Creole Alliance and Ace Wonder, my production partner. And then the week after that, Monty, what are we doing?
That is our torture episode. And if you look in the chat, you will see how you can submit your suggestions for the next one. But before I get to that, our torture episode this month, you guys, and I'm going to point directly at Thrift Store Dan because he was the one that made us add this to it, had us listen to all of ICP.
Yeah. So you know, who's the person that caused us this woe and angst?
Thrift Store Dan suggested it, and then everybody voted on it.
Yeah. So Thrift Store Dan, I just want you to know, because I love you and I appreciate you being an active and valued member of our community. But fuck you for that, man, because these albums is terrible. And I
just finished The Wraith today before this show started, and I have to say, this is the unpopular opinion amongst juggalos. I think The Wraith is their best album. I literally texted Hannibal and I said, I just heard a pretty fucking good ICP song.
And I will not qualify that until I hear it. I'm not going based off of your I'm not going
like, so
seriously,
every month there's one on The Wraith.
Every month, Monty and I like to do one torch episode. We torch ourselves for the benefit of our fans. In December, Monty and I binge watched all 5 Michael Bay Transformers movies in a weekend and then did an episode about it.
Yeah.
In January, Monty and I reviewed all 9 Nickelback studio albums to once and for all decide if Nickelback was a shitty band. In February, Monty and I, in conjunction with Black History Month, we watched all 23 Tyler Perry movies.
By far the worst.
By far the worst torture challenge. You know, but you know, our fans, you know, still find different ways to torture us. And this month,
wait, hang on. Let me pause you for 1 second. I'll let you finish. I'm gonna Kanye you. I'm gonna let you finish, Hannibal. Thrift Store Dan said, "I honestly haven't listened to them. I'm subjecting y'all to something I won't even subject myself to." You know what? You know what, Thrift Store Dan? You get a plunger point for the sheer savagery of that comment. All right, continue, Hannibal.
No, that's what the torture episodes are for, though. You take the pain so they don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? You get 2 plunger points. Take 2. Take 2.
Yeah. So yeah, it's we're I'm not looking forward to the
Tyler Perry movies though.
3 albums in, and I am not a juggler. Okay.
Yeah. So, how many albums do they have?
15.
And one of them is a triple album.
Yeah, there's like 2 double albums in there and 1 triple album. There's 1 album that's 3 discs. Like, you You assholes. Just like, so here's the thing. If any, because you know these guys at one time were also wrestlers, right? Could you imagine any wrestler being like, "Oh, I did 15 albums. You want to hear my shit?" No, I don't. I don't want to hear 15 albums of no wrestler. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much I love you. I don't. No, yeah. I don't.
I'd listen to Triple H. You know. 15 albums.
Not for 15
albums.
Yeah, all right. No, you're right. You're right. I'm wrong.
You couldn't give the Macho Man album 15 plays. I don't think you could make the 15 plays.
I couldn't. I can't do it with ICP. There's not enough time. But that's what's coming up. And just so that we can keep it moving, and I have Hypothesis says we should watch all 21 Pokemon movies. We'll throw that in the bank of future torture episodes. But this is where you guys get to pick a torture episode. Because Hannibal and I pride ourselves on being able to talk shit about any and every topic. For May, the torture episode will be chosen by you. We want you shitheads to pick a topic that you don't think we can go on for 2 hours about, 2+ hours.
I'm not a fan of this idea. I hated it when you first pitched it to me on the phone. And look, Monty has been trying to pitch this idea to you guys for a while, and every time he does, I always try to find a way to cut him off or over talk him. But like now, it's just
and now it's out there. Now it's out there. Now it's out there, and it's set up. And Streambot we'll collect your suggestions for us, and those suggestions will battle it out tournament style with the brackets and everything. So, in order to do it, if you scroll up to the last message I put, that is !torture space, and then in quotes it says type it like this, that's how you put your suggestions in. And it will add it as a quote to Streambot, and I will sort through them all.
Oh, this is a terrible idea.
Alabama. Okay, Thrift Store Dan.
Yo, you got a super chat from somebody named Martial Arts and Crafts?
Yes, that is Keith, the man on the street.
Yes, Keith,
yo, I love your name. I love your name, Martial Arts and Crafts.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a martial artist myself, and I always people ask me about it, and I say I think of it more like there's martial arts and there's martial crafts, and I'm literally the only person I've ever heard use the phrase martial arts and crafts, and so I also say martial science. There's three things: there's martial science, martial arts, there's martial craft. They're all different things.
Yes.
And so big ups to Martial Arts and Crafts 199.
Yeah, that's a podcast that I think the man on the street is starting with his son. That's the name of their show. So subscribe to him. Check out Martial Arts and Crafts. It should be fun. I don't know when he's going to start, but I know he's trying to get his shit together for it. And speaking of the man on the street, he's one of the people that entered the contest for the image you're about to see next. And Zoe's on point with that shit.
Yeah, she was ready.
Hit me.
She was ready. I already saw her. She had it loaded. Yeah. Shout out to our lovely producer, Zoe.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? She's fantastic.
So
Zoe is fantastic. She is 13, and we literally pay her in peanuts. Like, you know, when people say, "Oh, I get paid in peanuts," no, we actually I went and bought like a canister of honey roasted peanuts and some sweet tea. There you go.
Yeah, but that image that you see there has and I drew it and I can't remember the number. It has 35.
No, you're not supposed to tell him how many is in.
Oh yeah, shit.
Right.
Hannibal, tell him how it works. I drew it. You're the mouthpiece.
Monty drew this. This is actually going to be our very first T-shirt design, the Hannibal and Monty Get Your Shit Together design. That shows us surrounded by all types of cool nerd paraphernalia. And we have a contest going right now where the shithead that can guess the most correct items in this picture will win a prize. We are keeping leaderboards and we give out points. The way the points work, I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Oh, you don't have to give the details. Just check our social media for details. But
yeah, check out social media. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I said Facebook already. Or you can follow us on, join the Patreon, join us on Discord, and then we tell everybody the rules. We give points. All we ask is that you do not post your answers publicly. You make sure you direct message us. We are keeping tabs on the leaders right now. And I'll say this right now. The person that is number one on the leaderboards right now is also in the live chat right now. And
oh shit! All right.
Yes, and the person that's up, like the person that's up there is like way up there, like total score of 100. This person has 90 points, so he is kicking ass and taking names on this right now, and he's doing a great job.
Dragon in the West said his Streamlabs didn't appear on screen. We will read that in a second. Like after the next segment, we'll check it out. So let's cue that up. So
yes,
and I'll do it the same way I did last week. I got 2 questions for you, and the first question is, here it comes.
What's up, nigga? You want to talk some shit?
Yes. And the second question is, I love the reaction from that soundbite every time.
Yeah, every time. I'm never ready for it. It's funny.
The second question is, what's eating Hannibal? Hit that music. Up. We're slacking. It's a shit show. Look at that. Sometimes it works, and it sounds so badass when I get it right. But other times, you get the shit show experience. There we go. All right.
Duplicated but never duplicated.
Yeah, that's it. OG, original gangster, original gangster, original gangster.
Women drivers, people who talk during the movie, customers who cannot make up their mind while ordering food.
They shit on LA, they shit on Chicago, they shit on Miami, they shit on New Jersey.
New Yorkers, Atlanta Falcon fans, possibly people from Alaska.
They hate Canadians, they hate the South, they hate the rain, they hate the snow, they hate murder, they hate crime, they hate fucking everything. They hate the Knicks when they're winning, they hate the Knicks when they're losing.
Indecisive morons, blithering idiots, humans. These people have formed a burning question. What is grinding Hannibal's gears?
Yes. So, what's eating Hannibal this week? Because there's always something that gets under my skin. It's always up in my craw. So, this is what's eating Hannibal, right? And I specifically wanted to save this one until Greater Sapien was on the show because I thought you might enjoy this, so you might be able to might feel this one as well. So. Monty and I are no stranger to the world of podcasting. Like years ago, we had a podcast that we did audio only on Blog Talk Radio called Monty and the Mongooses Little Show.
Yes,
and it was
Hannibal.
Monty
Why the fuck's my name not in the title? Don't forget that.
Right, exactly. Why is my name not in the title? You know what I'm saying? We did that show for years on Blog Talk Radio. You can still catch some of those episodes on Blog Talk now. And we took some time off, and then Monty decided that he wanted to get back into podcasting, which is what brought us to Hannibal and Monty's Shit Show. We wanted to decide to rebrand, do video, and just do some other things. And in the time that we've been doing this show, we've been able to grow our fan base a lot faster than we expected to. We got to like 1,100 subscribers in like 3 months' time. And thank you guys for all tuning in, especially the people that watch the post show live. And that shit is always that's always fun to just have new fans check you out and stuff like that. So what's been happening in my life is there's lots of people now that I'm telling about the show and like, oh man, you got a show that's awesome. And people be like, oh, I checked out the show. It's hilarious. I love this. I love when y'all do shit we don't care about. Or I love Monty's important shit. Or I love this. I love that. Or that episode where y'all went on Tyler Perry. I'm surprised at the amount of people I know that watch the fucking 5-hour bashing of Tyler Perry movies. Really? You know what I'm saying? But and I love all the support and stuff like that. This rant, this What's Eating Hannibal isn't about those people. This What's Eating Hannibal is about the people that reach out to me and be like, oh man, you got a podcast? Man, can I be on your podcast? And I'll be like, well, we schedule the shows out in advance. We have to try to figure out when it makes sense to have you on. And they're like, okay, cool. What's your show about? I'm like, wait, have you never seen the show? And he's like, no, I haven't watched it. I say, so you want to be on the show, but you've never actually watched the show. This is What's Eating Hannibal this week. I don't understand how you could approach me and be like, hey, I'd love to be on your show, but I've never actually watched your show. That doesn't make any sense. And I literally have multiple people that hit me up every week about being on our show. And it's always the same thing. They'll be like, yeah, can I be on your show? And I'm like, yeah, well, we schedule the episodes in advance, so we have to try to see what makes sense. And then they'll be like, cool, what is your show about? I don't understand.
Apparently not about you right now.
It's the weirdest thing ever. That would be like walking into a place of employment, be like, man, you motherfuckers should hire me. What do y'all do here though? Like, I don't understand. Like, how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Like, Monty, could you imagine walking into an art studio, be like, man, I'm a great fucking artist. Y'all should hire me. But what type of art do y'all do though?
Yeah, that's.
You know?
And Hannibal, you're not the only one that gets that. Like, I get it from people on Facebook all the time, which is why I posted on Facebook that none of y'all probably saw, but I tagged all people that don't watch our show so that they stop doing that shit. All my friends that don't watch the show, you're tagged in it. So
yeah, it's just like, if people do so, like, I couldn't walk into a music studio here in Atlanta and be like, man, I'm a fantastic musician. Y'all need to hire me. I can make all y'all shit better. But like, what do y'all do here though? You know what I'm saying? Like, and the guy that hits me up all the time is super weird because he's like a chef. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, yeah, man, I want to be on your show. And he's like, yeah, man, maybe I could do like a cooking segment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be Cooking with Carl. And then I'll be like, I'll cook up some shit and y'all could try it out. I said, so first off, you've never seen our show because I'm in Atlanta. Monty's in New Orleans. Second of all, this ain't really the space for a cooking show like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we could figure it out. We could make it work, but it would probably help if you watched the show once. That would be like the equivalent of like, you know, like if you're like a super devout born again Christian, and then we do an episode called Jesus is Bullshit, and it's like, you don't know, you just walked into the fucking bear trap, bro. You don't know. Like, I'm gonna keep this one short. Like, it's like, if you want to be on the show, that's fine, but just do a modicum of research before you decide that you want to reach out to us about being on the show. I wanted to save that one for Greater Sapien being on the show, because I know that you get that shit all the time. I know there's people that reach out to you that's like, I would love to be on your show. What's it about?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. And also, I'm an artist, and I work. You know, I work for a firm, and people are always, and I know artists and comic artists, and they're like, yeah, man, I'm looking for work. I could work with you, and I'm like, do you know what we do?
Yeah. You know what I do? You know what I'm saying?
I haven't done the research yet to look for your art, and I just found out you were an artist. It was probably about a month ago. I think. When was it that you did that art stream?
That was a few months ago.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, I didn't know he was an artist.
Yeah, and, it's one of those things that I've been doing. This like, I work for law firms, so I've been doing like a really kind of corporate design type of stuff. And I'm trying to figure out a way of like changing my format so I'll have more time to actually do stuff I want to do, get back to comics. I have a graphic novel I want to work on, writing that up. I'm trying to get back to that. It's hard to find the time when you got to make money. And there was a time when I could be like a little, a free artist and just do like short 8-page stories and people's anthology books and stuff like that. But I can't do that. I got to make money now.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. And some of the shitheads have my comic. I'll once they come in, I'll hit you up and see where I can.
Oh yeah. Can I find it online?
Yeah, I'll actually send you a digital version when the show's over.
Yes.
I'll email it to that group thread.
Yes, cool. Century is awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
and look, some of the shitheads have read it, and I gotta shout out some of them. Thrift Store Dan, while you were talking, said, "Where is it?" He said, "I mean, I watch the show." I watch every episode, and I'm still not sure what this show's about.
You know what, Thrift Store Dan? You know what?
But he's right. He's right. And then Hypothesis followed up by saying that's the definition of a shit show.
That's right.
Thank you both. Both of y'all get plunger points from me. Like, yes, I'm really giving with those.
Look, listen, and like I say, I'm keeping this What's Eating Hannibal real short because I've been having it happen so much lately where people will reach out to me and be like, I would love to be on your show. What's your show about? So if you want it, like, if you're going to go to a restaurant, I would advise that you know a little bit about the restaurant before you go into it. If you're going to go see a movie, have like an idea of what the movie's about before you go see it. I'm not saying that you got to know every little detail about it, but know something. If you're going on a blind date with a girl who just moved to America from Germany, you know what I'm saying? Ask a few questions about Germany. Do a little bit of research about Berlin. You know what I'm saying? You'd actually be surprised. Germany has a very rich history. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that happened there that you might want to know about before you go on this date. I'm just saying. This is like, do a little bit of research before you reach out to us and be like, hey, can I be on your show? And it's like, and for Chef Carl, who I am positive is not watching the show, if you want to be on the show, we can get you on the show. I would just tell you, watch the motherfucking show first. We got a ton of episodes that are great, man. Just pick one. You know what I'm saying? Put your playlist on shuffle, my guy, and just watch it. So that's what's Eat Hannibal. You want to be on the fucking show, and all you gotta do is watch the show first before you ask me if you could be on the show.
Yeah,
so that's what's Eat Hannibal.
We're not that picky with guests. Like we like to pick guests, and like Hannibal said at the beginning, we stalked Greater Sapien for a while. Sorry to sound creepy, dude, but
yeah, sorry.
Yeah, like we were watching, we were like, yeah, that dude, like let's get him on.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. And we watched his content, so we can talk about his content while he's on.
Right.
That's just courtesy. Like, we don't want to get him on and go, no, I've never seen any of your videos.
Yeah.
So what do you do? What's your thing?
Right.
Yeah. so you know, that fair enough. And also, Dragon in the West sent us a Streamlabs that didn't pop up, and it said popping over from Drunken Peasants to give you guys some money. The endeavor of watching Tyler Perry movies was so extraordinary, Hannibal and Monty had to skip March just to remain sane.
Actually, no, we did a torture episode for March. March was when y'all picked the shitty YouTube covers, and Monty and I had to watch them, and now I'm halfway getting my computer fixed, so I'll have a remix to one of those shitty covers very soon.
Yes,
so you guys can.
And I'm baiting once he gets that fixed, we will mix in your awesome voiceover into the closing audio. You guys should hear what I'm baiting sent us. It's awesome.
Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait.
So
all right, so that's what's Eating Hannibal. What's next?
Next is, do we want to set it up before or play the intro, and then you'll explain
play the intro.
how it works?
I will set it up later.
All right,
I will set it up. I'll set it up because I want Greater Sapien to experience this in real time. As a sidebar, it would be hilarious if nobody knew, if we didn't know who you were before having you on the show, and I was like, so Greater Sapien, how long have you been a sapien? Okay. It's like, I've done no research into you. So how long have you been a sapien? And then how did you become a great sapien?
Yes. What exactly is a sapien?
Right.
It's like that.
Become the greatest sapien. Is that a thing?
Yeah. It's like
that. Is that one of your goals? Are you trying to become the greatest sapien?
Right. A master sapien. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that. What was it? What was his name from Mallrats? At the comic convention, what's a Nubian? Oh, Hooper X, the comic artist Hooper X, who drew White Hate and Coon, and then Brody stands up and says, "What's a Nubian?" Yeah. So
it would be like. Let me ask you a question, Greater Sapien. Can only gay people be Homo sapiens? Those are just the type of questions you would get from somebody who
did not do the homework
to you before they have you on the show. All right, let's go ahead and run the segment. I'm ready.
Here we go. Let's hit it.
Yes. How big are your balls? Okay, Mr. Rashid. Are they ready for the truth?
Yes, they're ready for it.
Just love it.
And how do they hurt us? Because they love Phil.
We don't need to give any time to that master.
We're talking about deliverance. See, I'm talking, so many people out there are captives. And I'm talking about homosexual lifestyle. I was delivered from something like that. I was a prostitute for over 30 years. I sold my body on the street corners. See, I can talk about that sin. Hallelujah, because see, I was wrapped up, tied up, tangled up. And I loved it when I was doing it. Hallelujah, God came and purged me. Hallelujah, God made me get it the old-fashioned way. You just turn your soul unto me and I'll use you. But now I can shake for Jesus. I'm under the anointing of the Holy Ghost. Bless you.
Suck my cock, bitches.
God bless you.
Has the Imperial Magistrate reached a verdict? I have. Guilty or innocent. Innocent. Feed him to the Sharkagons.
You know, before you explain this, I always think that this show is just an excuse for a bunch of black dudes to sit around and listen to beats. But because this intro, I always want to shorten it, and every time I say something about it, people are like, "No, keep it that length." So
leave it exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't see it, but my brow is furrowed right now. We leave it exactly the way it is right now. Okay?
All right. Explain how this works.
All right, so we have this segment called Fair or Foul. Every day, I will do a deep dive on the news. I will go to my news aggregator site, CNN, Fox News, Breitbart, InfoWars, Reuters, Politico, The Hill, etc. I will just do a deep dive on lots of news sources. And sometimes when I'm coming across these stories, and I see the outcome of the story, I wonder to myself, did they get it right? Was the outcome fair or was the outcome foul? So I'm going to share some of these stories with you guys, and then you guys chime in the comment section. You guys let us know if this is fair or foul. Greater Sapien, this will be real fun because this is your first time doing this with us. So yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna read a story, and then I'll ask a question. You tell me if you think it's fair or foul, and we'll go from there.
All right, here comes the first one, and the first one is the video that you sent. So here it comes.
Oh, I forgot about the video. All right.
Yeah. I haven't seen this yet, so let's see what
People
this is.
talking about
even better.
this
Okay,
image
good deal.
on the back of Ben Sexton's truck. In the picture, a woman has her hands and feet bound and her mouth gagged. Susan Cunningham saw it as she was driving on Highway 141.
It was offensive. It was absolutely offensive. It looked like, he was trying to make it look like there was somebody, bound in the back of his truck.
On social media and in person, the image is provoking strong reactions.
When you showed it to me, my heart sank because, nobody wants to see that.
Personally, I don't really care. I guess, to each their own. I wouldn't personally put it on my truck.
Barb Tenholder is worried about the message that the image sends. Barb is the director of A Safe Place, a Jefferson County shelter for women escaping domestic violence and sexual assault.
I feel it's really promoting violence against women. It makes me angry that someone would use that as some form of art or some way to decorate their vehicle.
The 42-year-old Sexton, a father of 4 who is engaged, tells us he has had the wrap on his truck for about 4 months.
I thought it was comical and funny. I didn't do it to degrade women or anything like that there. I put it on there for the humor side of it.
Sexton says he had nothing but positive comments until the image showed up this week on social media. While he understands people's concerns, he believes it's unwarranted.
She's not tied up against her will. Her clothes aren't roughed up. Her hair's not all messed up. She doesn't have tears in her eyes. It's not a forcible, tied up, type of thing.
Law officers from 2 different agencies tell us they don't believe the image is illegal, but possibly morally questionable. Another law enforcement source says if someone crashed because they were distracted by the image, the driver of the truck with the picture could be cited for careless and imprudent driving. Sexton says he has no intentions of removing the image.
It is my truck. It is my choice. It is, my decision on what I put on there.
He needs to take it off.
Chris Fournier, Fox 2 News.
All right, so I came across that story. I believe Sheila forwarded that story to me. So shout out to my girlfriend Sheila. So the question is the outrage behind the wrap around his vehicle of the woman in the BDSM outfit, is the outrage fair or foul? Do they have a justifiable reason to be pissed off, or are they just tripping over nothing? What do you guys think?
Oh
yes,
I gotta process this one. Fuck.
I know it's a lot. Also, shout out to the dude whose truck it is. His last name being Sexton, and him having a beard with no mustache. My daddy told me don't trust no man with a beard and no mustache. So.
That's true. That's true.
Don't trust that.
So I noticed that the man is engaged, and he's got this truck. Girl got to check her man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but does he seem like did in the news report? Does he seem like the type of guy who would be with a girl who would check him?
He doesn't. He doesn't.
That's true.
Nah. He looks like he watches.
And does the son have a job? Did he have a job?
He's got to have a job. That's a pretty nice truck, know. As well, it looks like a nice truck, and that's a pretty shiny.
I'm just saying
nice
that thing. If someone pulled that truck up in front of my business, and one of my employees pulled that truck up in front of my business, I'd be like, yo, we gotta have a talk about that.
Yes.
Yes. This is
You're
true.
representing me while you're out. So
yeah, we gotta have to talk about that.
Yeah. So the people that are outraged, you know, is it fair for them to be outraged? Or are they overreacting on this one? What do you think?
Yeah, well, the thing is, there's nothing in this world that says you don't get to be offended by something. And you don't have protection against being offended by something. Things gonna offend you. You got to learn to deal with that. You know, it's so I mean, yeah, they can be outraged and they can be, you know, upset all they want. Well, they're not, you know, they're not egging his car. They're not, you know, they're not doing anything against him. If they started trying to like publicly punish him, personally do something to him, then I'd say, yo, you know, they got to check themselves. He has the right to do it. They have the right to be pissed off. He has the right to get bad feedback. It's on his side too. And nobody says that you get to do this and have no consequences. You have the right to do it, and you have a right to, you have to face the consequences of what you do. So you can stand by it, but just be willing to, you know, take it.
Yeah. I'm kind of leaning that way because I'm leaning to the side of there's nothing illegal about what he put on his truck.
And the cops said that. They were just like, you know, there's nothing illegal about what he's doing. It's morally questionable.
Yeah.
You
I think being outraged about it is too far. Like saying he should take it off, that's foul. Because you don't get to say he needs to take it off.
Yeah. Now, if you're a friend of his and you know him, you can say,
you
yo.
can say that to him. Yeah.
You can pull him to the side and say, yo, maybe you want to think about this because we going out. We're not taking your truck.
Yeah. Yeah, we're never going in your fucking truck. Ever.
It's like, I don't need you to help with my move.
Yeah.
Because I ain't putting my stuff in there.
Maybe that's why he did it. Shit. Greater Sapien figured it out. He's like, I'm tired of motherfuckers asking me to help them move.
Because you know, when you got a truck, everybody wants you to help move them.
So I got a van. I got the same thing happen. Yeah. Maybe I should put a bunch of like flat earth conspiracy stuff on the side of it, and nobody will want to use it no more.
Demarble that shit.
What if the back of his truck had the same woman, but it said in quotes like a comic bubble, like a comic talk bubble that said, I am consensually tied up right now.
No, that doesn't make it any better.
I feel like that makes it a little better. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it does. Because now it just seems like a joke.
Well, I mean, it's for sure a joke. You know
what
I'm saying?
It seems like a joke in the wrong direction. Not
they
the
said
joke
that
you think it is.
It promotes violence against women. Like people are going to see this and be like, oh, man, I seen the back of this dude's truck. I feel like rape now.
So does it promote violence when people tie their partners up during consensual sex?
Does it promote?
If they're at home?
Yeah, but
at home.
This is out in public, so this is a different thing.
This is out in public.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, I thought was interesting about that newscast. It said that if somebody got in an accident because they were looking at that truck and they got distracted, they might have a problem. Now, I think that's probably kind of specious as well, because if you're driving down the street and somebody's got an advertisement for some burritos or something, and you're reading the back trying to get their phone number and you get in an accident, is it their fault that your ass got in an accident because you were reading his phone number?
Yes.
Whose fault is it? Yeah. So
yeah,
I think that's.
I thought that was when I started to make that the fair file about this story about, like, if somebody got in an accident after seeing the back of his truck, should he be liable for that? When it comes to like people being distracting motorists and having distracting things in your car, like Lexus came out with a car called the Lexus Lit, and the car is covered in like thousands of LED lights that change color and flash and stuff while the person is driving the car. Basically, it becomes a giant equalizer for whatever music you're listening to in your car. You know what I'm saying? And they decided to they decided to halt the overall release of the vehicle because they were concerned that people would get too distracted seeing this thing on the road. But I can also remember them making same arguments about this, about if your car is red, it's too distracting because people are going to get they're going to be like, wow, look at this bright red car. And now it's like, that's not a big deal. So, it's one of those things, like something that wasn't okay then, okay at a later date. I don't have kids, so I don't know what it would be like to explain to a child, that I have, like, hey, so like, Daddy, what's up with this woman tied up in the back on the back of this dude's truck, and I'd be like, "Oh, it's a sex thing, son. Don't worry about it."
I'll tell you about it in a couple years.
Yeah, I just be like, some people got no sense. That's just move on.
Yeah. So there we
Yeah.
go.
So the outrage is, I don't know, fair or foul. I mean, it's okay to be outraged. Just don't go at the man. That's the problem that we have these days. Is everybody decides to punish people in public. By ridiculing them and and putting their name out, doxing people just because they're mad at them because they did something like this, which is going to happen to this dude. Someone's going to find out where he works and going to publish it and all this kind of stuff. That's
Homeboy's about to get fired.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean, it depends on where he works and what he does.
It's
Like,
true.
it's like like there was a whole story about like General Motors in like Toledo, Ohio, and like they were just being like extra racist to the people that worked there, and it was like, and these guys was like there was like 4 black guys that worked there that was like they was talking about like how racist it was, and they had to like bring in like secret cameras to record all of the fucked up shit and bring it to their bosses, and their bosses was like, man, they just chill, man, they just playing around. When they call y'all niggas, they not calling y'all niggas like niggerds, like they just saying like, what's up, my nigga, like the Lil Dicky song, you know what I'm saying? So it just, and it was like, and these guys literally like, so depending on where he lives, he might not get in any trouble about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that's the way it goes. Then there you go.
And just based on the video, because I don't know where he is, but he looks like he's in Trump country, and I have a very hard time believing that MAGA voters would also, become social justice warriors behind this truck. So I'd like to see. I literally want to see how this plays out. Like I want more information on this at a later date.
We need to add this.
Hypocrisy is a trip, though. Hypocrisy is a trip, though. They will just sit and they'll be outraged. Oh my God! Oh, that's a horrible thing that man is doing. How he should take that down. And they go, oh no, Trump is good. He loves his wife. Okay.
He loves his wife and his girlfriends. He loves. That's why he pays them so well.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He gives a lot of love out. So
yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's got a lot of love to give.
He's got a lot of love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna say foul on the outrage. Not that, and to sort of co-sign on what Greater Sapien says, I actually agree that it's okay to be outraged. Just keep it, as your own outrage. But I don't think these people are keeping it as their own outrage because they're saying things like he needs to remove it. So I say foul on that.
Someone needs to make him remove it. That's way too much. Nope. And then somebody going up there and forcibly removing it, and damages this truck, touching his property.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go foul.
Yeah, because they are going a bit far. Yeah. It's not just talk.
See, now I'm torn because I felt like I knew exactly how I felt. You guys both made great points. I think people have the right. I'm kind of right in the middle with both you guys. I think they have the right to feel what they feel, but when their feelings turn into actions, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I feel this, and we should be doing this because I'm offended. So, and I talk about this about the Janet Jackson titty all the time. The Janet Jackson nipple, the Super Bowl nipple.
Yes.
It's like like if 100 million people watched the Super Bowl and 1 million of those people complained about her nipples, like, I can't believe you showed that. I had to explain to my daughter or son what nipples were, and I wasn't prepared to do that. It's like, look, 100 million people saw it, 1 million people were offended, and it was like CBS was like, oh shit, 1 million people were offended. That means everybody's offended. It's like, no, man, there was like 99 million people that didn't give a shit.
And it was worse than that, though, because I think it came down to that CBS got 32 letters of complaint.
32?
But only 3 original ones. They were like copied and sent out to other people to sign.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, so there was like 3 originals, and then people handed it off to other people and said, sign this, will you send it out? So it was like a full formula. I think they got 32 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they tripped out. Yeah.
And the shit with the Janet Jackson nipple, Justin Timberlake got all, this is another thing. I'm just going to say this real quick. Justin Timberlake got all that shit over it as if he just walked up and violated her. That shit was planned.
That was planned.
Oh, yeah.
She had a pasty on. No woman is going, I'm going to just put a pasty on under this detachable boob just in case.
It definitely lends itself to the idea that it was planned, and I've never not believed otherwise. Like, I've never seen the Janet Jackson nipple and was like, you know what, she didn't mean for this nipple to come out. This was an accident. Like,
Yeah.
no, this was
Yeah,
this was
if it was a regular dress and like half of it was hanging there, I'd be like, Justin, you son of a bitch.
No, that was planned. I mean, she is an actress. She's a wonderful performer, but I don't think she could play that off that quick on the fly.
She's normally normally a good actress. Okay, I've seen all the Tyler Perry movies, so I reserve my. I might question whether or not she's a good actress. Okay,
and I'm sorry about my lights. There's some bullshit going on. I'm having technical difficulties, but I got mood lighting. So let's hit the next fair or foul. What's the next?
All right, what's the next story?
Here it comes. So he's queuing that shit up.
All right. Jesse Smollett. Come to the front of the congregation, brother Jesse.
All right.
Actually, so this one isn't actually, I mean, it's about Jesse, but it's not quite about Jesse. Hold on, let me find where is.
And just so y'all know, Wiley looks for that, because I don't like to know what fair or fouls are going to be before the show. He has to give me cliff notes on what he wants to talk about, and I have to find these images and cue them up. So
Yes. Okay, here we go. This story comes from the good people at Breitbart.
Oh shit!
Here we go. So this, and then this story is a few weeks old now, so it's not as awesome as it should be. Also, real quick, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching us on Facebook now. I just saw a bunch of people jump in. So shout out to Shayla, my baby. Shout out to my buddy. I hope you're feeling better, my guy. Buddy is a fantastic. My buddy is a fantastic producer. Who recently went through some shit. He was attacked in the streets of Georgia. So we definitely praying for your recovery, brother. I hope you're doing well. Be ready. I know you just had a loss, a death in the family. So I hope you're doing better. Shout out to the former head of IT security at Phillips Arena, Duo Brooks, who is actually also in the t-shirt comic book contest. Joel, Cody, I see you guys. Vaughn, I want to make sure I shout everybody out so everybody knows that I know that y'all are there watching, and we appreciate y'all watching them. Anyway, look, it's funny.
Thrift Store Dan says Breitbart is foul, and Hypothesis said instead of the woman, he should have put a Biden 2020 sticker on the truck.
Okay, yeah, I got that.
All right.
Saturday Night Live actually did a real good bit with that with Jason Sudeikis the other day. I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, so Project 21, a national black leadership network of conservatives, were calling for the NAACP to rescind its Image Award nomination for actor Jesse Smollett, who was being prosecuted for allegedly faking a hate crime in Chicago. The group, associated with the National Center for Public Policy Research, said in a statement that Jesse Smollett, and I quote, does not deserve the honor after arrest for a hate crime hoax. It says everyone has a reason to be disappointed with Jesse Smollett right now, and these accumulated reasons justified to the NAACP taking swift and appropriate action to remove him from consideration from its Image Award. Now, Jesse Smollett the NAACP did not respond to this group of black conservatives. And when the award show came around, they allowed him to keep his nomination, but he did not win. He lost to somebody else. The question, though, is should the NAACP, would it have been fair for the NAACP or foul for them to remove his nomination? You know, like just because he had some bad acting, you know what I'm saying, with this MAGA race hoax, you know, attack, does not mean that he wasn't a good actor on Empire. Then again, it is also an NAACP Image Award. So would it have been fair or foul for the NAACP to take his nomination from him because of this particular hoax?
It would have been.
Would say,
if he was being nominated for his performance in this hoax, fair. But since he wasn't, foul.
Okay, all right, okay, Monty. Greater Sapien would say,
yeah, I take the it is the Image Awards. It is the Image Awards, and I would not have begrudged them taking him off. I wouldn't have, because you know they're trying to project a certain thing, and they get to do with
a certain image,
a certain
image. All
right. But I mean, the argument can be said that this is for his previous work, not this is about the past, and we're giving an award for that. But so an argument could be made for that, but that's not what people see. People are going to, and the people are going to see he's getting an image award right now, and who he is right now, and so I would have said fair.
Yeah, I just find it. I find it troublesome when it's when we penalize somebody for something else. And look, I am no fan of Jussie Smollett.
Right.
No fan at all. But I would like for this to stay in the legal system and not in any of the entertainment stuff. If he was already part of this, I'm in the camp of just leave him there. Let it be. Let that be what it is. Because
I think an argument can be made for it.
Yeah, we set this precedent that if you fuck up, we can take everything away from you. And I see that to be problematic.
No,
and what's up, Casey? Hang on,
I'm
adjusting. Sorry, you got to look at my gut. There we go. All right. I was sitting too low in the chair, but continue.
I'm not on the fence with this one. So I am a fan of judging, separating the art from the artist. So there are lots of people that are absolute monsters that have done some terrible, terrible things. And there are some people that have also made some great art, despite the fact that they were fucking monsters. So I personally don't like the idea. I'm like, you judge like the award show, because I'm somebody who holds more stock and value in those awards than Monty does. Monty thinks that they're all
I think they're bullshit.
Yeah, he thinks that they're all trash anyway, so he doesn't care one way or another. That being said, like I can think about a couple times, like when Roman, like when it came out, when all of the information came out about Roman Polanski, it didn't stop the Academy for keeping him nominated for The Pianist, because The Pianist was a fantastic film. If you've never seen it, you should watch it because it is a fantastic film. R. Kelly's done some terrible things. Bill Cosby's done some terrible things. Michael Jackson, is looking like he's done some terrible things. And I've always suspected he did some terrible things. But it doesn't stop their music from being great. You know what I'm saying? Or their art from being great. Like, I hate that The Cosby Show has been taken off of television because that is a great show. You know what I'm saying? I understand why they made the decision. I don't like the decision, but I support the NAACP Awards' ability to make their award show whatever they want to make their show. I don't think they should do it. Well, they didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Instead, they just screwed him over and gave the award to somebody who didn't deserve it. Allegedly, I don't look. Most of the stuff that gets nominated for the NAACP awards, I don't watch that shit. No way. It's of all the award shows I watch, it's probably the one I care about the least. They give out like 10,000 awards, and they really just giving them out to people that they like. It'd be like, oh yeah, well, white people gave this award to this person, so we gonna give it to somebody we like. You know what I'm saying? They find a way to nominate Taraji P. Henson for stuff all the time, even when she don't do nothing. They still be like, Taraji could do a fucking infomercial about soap, and they would nominate her for that. They would create a category and then give her the award. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't hold too much stock in the NAACP Image Awards anyway. However, it's their award. If they wanted to take him out because they take his nomination away because of it, I wouldn't have had an issue with it because it's their award. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I don't like the decision, but if they would have made it, I would, I respect. It's like, being pro-choice or pro-life. I respect your decision to decide to do whatever you want to do with your shit. So yeah.
So just real quick, and I don't know if this is going to derail things too much, but you were talking about Roman Polanski and we're talking about Jussie Smollett. Is there an issue with the standards that we hold to ourselves, and we don't allow ourselves to separate the artist from the art? And as Black people, it's like, oh no, he's messing up. While you have all of a sudden Mel Gibson is coming back into the fold. He's getting work. He's coming back. You have your Roman Polanskis, you have issues like that. They're perfectly fine with people with giving awards out.
Yeah,
and separating it out.
Yeah, no, there absolutely is, and I think the reason that happens, and it's a multi-layered problem that needs to be discussed. You know, whenever we have the Black people meetings, I always try to bring this up because, you know, matter of fact, and I was like, I never come to none of the Black people West Coast meetings. So Greater Sapien, I'm gonna have to come out to those.
I was wondering if, well, see, I haven't seen your face, so you could have been there, and I wouldn't know.
That's true.
Look, listen. At every Black people meeting, I'm always the nigga with the mask on. So,
okay, so
but
well, we got 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah.
Okay. So the issue I think we run into is with Black people is it's easy to like either completely ostracize somebody who does something wrong or completely support somebody who's doing right. And I think Black people tend to be more on the supportive side than we are on the ostracizing side because there's so little representation of us in all media that it's like we can, if you get rid of one Black show or one Black actor or one Black singer, it's like you for real just got rid of like 30% of what we had available. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't fucking, like if you subtract this out of the pantheon, then it's like you're really taking a lot out. You know what I'm saying? Like especially when you look at what the Cosby Show represented or what
yeah.
Or if you look, and then we talk about this, like I can remember, and I almost hate bringing this up, but like during the Martin show, Tisha Campbell talked about how this dude was like he had such a huge crush on her that he would like a lot of the episodes when he would like try to kiss her, like he would try to always take it too far according to her, and that was why she didn't want to do the last couple seasons. So when they did the last couple seasons of the show, Martin had to be like they never filmed on set together.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So one could argue that was a version of sexual assault, and that we should, you know, so should we banish Martin to the same, dark place, like that place where Scar and all of the hyenas and Lion King live? So we just banish them over there, or in New Orleans we call that the West Bank. So should we just put them all over there and just let them all live in that day? Because hey, we decided we're finished with you or not. Like there's not enough like in like there's not enough Black people, there's not enough Black art, there's not enough representation, I think, for Black people to be like let's completely have him ostracized.
So is that going to change now that the world has figured out that Black people make money, for the big business now?
Yeah.
Is that going to change? Yeah, as a percentage, of kind of the market share of Black media starts to get bigger.
Yeah.
Is that standard going to change? I'm curious. It's going to be something to watch.
Yeah, it's something to pay attention to. I'm looking at the time. We should keep this moving. Like we got more to go. What's the next one?
Let's go.
All right, this was the next one. This is a good conversation. I like.
I know this is awesome. Oh, Nip. We got
Nipsey. I actually found this story today. So first off, if you don't know, if you haven't heard, recently the rapper Nipsey Hussle was shot and killed at his store in South Central Los Angeles. The hip hop world, like California, the state of California, the world of rap music and hip hop, Black people just in general all just taken aback by his loss because of all of the rappers that were out there that were former gang members, the drug dealers. Like Nipsey represented one of those people that was trying to do better, that was doing the right things, that was trying to make his community a better place, and a lot of people mourned his loss. I had the opportunity to meet him a couple of years ago, and I talked about that on the show a couple episodes ago. This particular story comes from the Los Angeles Times, the LA Times. One of the men who was wounded in the shooting that killed the beloved South LA rapper and community activist Nipsey Hussle has been arrested on parole violation, according to officials. So just to clarify, one of the guys that was with Nipsey Hussle that got shot is now arrested for violating his probation. Kerry Lathan, 56, has been held in Men's Central Jail since Monday on a parole violation. A spokesperson for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said the arresting agency is listed as the California Department of Corrections, according to the online jail. Lathan was one of 2 men that was shot alongside Nipsey Hussle outside the rapper's Marathon clothing store near Slauson Ave and Crenshaw Boulevard. And the reason that he was arrested, you know, for violating his probation, the reason that they said he violated his probation is that his probation, his parole bars him from fraternizing with known felons or gang members as a condition of his release. They are alleging that Nipsey Hussle was a former gang member.
Foul.
And had convictions to the Rolling 60 Crips, and that was why they arrested him. So after he got shot and they removed the bullet and the debris, they took him to jail because he was with Nipsey Hussle, who has affiliated with gangs in the past. Is his arrest fair? Monty already called foul on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit back. I'll chime in a second.
Yes,
no, that's foul. Is there anybody in the chat that's saying that's fair? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, fair or foul from the chat. What do y'all think? Because I'm calling foul on that.
No. I thought it was going to be something like he missed his parole checking because he was in the hospital.
Yeah. I was waiting to hear the reason, but that being the reason,
that's
Fuck the police.
Yeah, that is messed up. That is messed up.
Yeah. So there we go.
I'm obviously calling foul on that one. It was just like, and I've heard stories like this for years. You know, like people that get arrested because you know they were in the hospital, or I knew one guy that went to jail because he missed his court date because he was in jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Oh, you missed your court date, so you know that's why." Like, and I knew a guy.
Back to jail, nigga.
Yeah, I knew a guy who got arrested for he got arrested. Like he had he found out that there was a warrant out for his arrest. You know, because he had bought like a scooter from somebody, and then come to find out the person that he bought the scooter from had actually stolen the scooter, and he saw that there was a warrant out for his arrest. So he's like, "Well, I want to get this squared away real fast." So then he goes to the police department so he could get this taken care of, and then they end up arresting him, not for that, but for like something else, like unpaid parking tickets or something like that. So he ends up getting arrested for the unpaid parking tickets, and then because he's in jail for the unpaid parking tickets, he misses his court date behind the scooter. So then they just ended up holding him in like lockup for like 6 months.
Nope. Bullshit.
No.
I don't like it.
No, sir.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
There you go. And look, I'm baiting donated again for the Big Booty Fund, $10. Thank you, I'm baiting.
I like that we're calling it the Big Booty Fund.
That's what he said. He said for the Big Booty Fund.
Now, is the fund to give to girls with big booties, or is it for for girls with small booties that need their booties?
It's to give to girls with big booties. In all honesty,
you can buy a lot of cornbread mix with $10. And that might help the booty fund. You know, I've never subscribed to the philosophy that eating cornbread by and of itself, you know, just gives girls fat asses. But you know, still, you know, I will. If he wants, we can do some research. We can get like 10 women. We can figure that out. We can start Smell on here to help us figure that out.
Well, in all honesty, I spent a lot of the Streamlabs on something that Hannibal will unveil to you shitheads very soon.
Yes, and I'm very excited by that. I'm very all
of
excited.
the money that comes in from this stream will not only go to the stream goal, but it will pay our restream bill and my Adobe bill so that I can keep making these graphics. So there you go. So that's where this is going, because that shit's behind. I'm doing it on CP time. Like, they took it out of my account, and I'm fucking negative. So I'm about to pay it off with it. So there you go.
That Adobe adds up.
Oh, Adobe. Adobe, and they take their money. They're like, it's time.
Yeah. It's time. They just take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, if you don't got it, they're going to take it from the bank, and you're going to have to pay the bank back. But they getting them.
Yeah. Adobe got paid today. So thank you, I'm baiting, and all the other shitheads that responded. All right, and I got a question for both of y'all. Since we're a little low on time, should we go straight to important shit, or do we want to quickly go through shit we don't care about?
No, we got Greater Sapien here. We're doing the segments. All right, let's do
it. If it goes long, it goes long.
All right, all right. Well, let's hit shit we don't care about.
That's right. Let's do shit we don't care about. one of my favorite segments.
Oh, mine too. Here it goes.
In a desperate attempt to fill 24 hours of programming, here's some bullshit that happened. We've got some footage here of the bullshit, which began just after 3 o'clock this afternoon.
That's bullshit.
This is bullshit.
This is bullshit. You know what? This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
That's bullshit, Gary! Nerd! Okay, music stops.
Send the beat, fucking with you.
Yep.
Little stupid ass, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a.
I don't give a fuck.
There we go.
All right.
Why don't you explain how this works?
Yes, so just like with Fair File, every day I do a deep dive on the news, and I come across these stories. And sometimes I wonder when I read the headlines, I was like, is this something that people would give a shit about? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to read a headline, and you guys will let me know. Monty and Greater Sapien, let me know. And everybody in the chat, you guys let us know if you give a shit or if you don't give a shit.
And
now,
look,
if you give it...
Hang on,
Go
before you go further. I'm going to step back this time. Greater Sapien, I'm going to let you take it. I normally cut Hannibal off mid-sentence.
No, look, I think you should do it the way we always do it and just like be like living your best life. All right,
Okay.
Live
All
your,
right.
like
all right.
be,
I'm going the way I want to go.
You, all right?
Because I always jump in before the guests. So
look, just give it a say. Like, look, I'm gonna read the headline and then you let me know if you give a shit or not. If you give a shit, I will read the story. If you do not give a shit, we will go on to the next headline. This is normally the fastest segment we have, but Greater Sapiens here, so you never know.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's see.
All right. The first story comes to us from the good people at Fox News. Kristen Cavallari admits she and Jay Cutler have problems in their marriage.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't
You
care.
don't give- okay. All right. Nobody. Okay. That was quick. Y'all said y'all didn't care faster than I could get to the next bit. All right. All right. The next story comes to us from, I told you I'd do a deep dive. This comes from people.com. Reba McEntire's in love.
Nope.
And no one is.
Nope.
No, I don't care.
I ain't let me finish reading the story. I didn't even finish the headline. All right, here we go. All right, next story. This one also comes to us from People. People always has the best stories I don't give a shit about. All right, let's see. Magic Johnson's son, E.J. Johnson, says, I like myself the way I am while addressing gender identity.
None of my business.
Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
care.
No, I don't care. That's all him. Do you?
Yeah. Okay.
I care enough to have that opinion. It's like, you know what?
Yeah.
Do what you're gonna do. Nothing to do with me. Do your thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. The next one, I'm just skip past that. Okay, here we go. Let's see. This story comes to us from Cosmo. Prince William and Prince Harry's rift over.
Nope.
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna finish reading this first.
Okay. Finish reading.
Prince William and Prince Harry's rift over Meghan was so bad things will quote unquote never be the way they were.
Yeah. Still no.
I didn't even know how they were before, so.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Well, there you go. And the last story. This is the very last story we got. Let's see. Miranda Lambert and new husband Brendan McLaughlin.
No.
Miranda Lambert and new husband Brendan McLaughlin make red carpet debut at 2019 ACM Awards.
No.
I just wanted to make him finish that one. But go ahead and finish it.
Okay. And that concludes shit we don't care about. So now that we've done all this shit we don't care about.
Yes.
Properly titled.
Yes. I like when the actual segment is shorter than the intro for the segment. That's my favorite thing about shit I don't care about. And it doesn't always go that way, because sometimes we get guests that are like, well, let's talk about this. I'm like, no, that's not.
Once it's a person I have never heard about.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. He's just like, nope.
Every now and then every now and then people will, will be like, you know what, I care about this, and and I have to read the story, but it doesn't happen often. It doesn't happen often at all.
So now that Dan cared about something, but continue. We'll get to that later.
He said he cares about this. I don't know what he was talking.
Yeah.
Thrift Store Dan, you let us know which story you cared about. So now that we've done all the stories that we don't give a shit about, Monty, maybe you have some important shit that we should care about.
I do. Hit my theme music. Here it comes. Up.
FlyingZombies.com, Blog Talk Radio, and Team MFN proudly present Hannibal and Monty's Action News with L. Damon on sports, Keith, the man on the street, meteorologist scientist Mel on weather, and Hannibal and Monty's Action News anchors, Hannibal and Monty. And now, here's lead anchor Monty with Monty's important shit.
Yes, welcome to Important Shit. This is where I dig through the news, as Hannibal does, but I pick out the stories that I think are important, that we all need to know about. And for my first story, I'm going with this. The image you see on the screen, I keep talking about Boogie, my favorite new Shady Records artist, and how fucking savage and awesome this motherfucker is on Twitter. This first story, some dude tweeted out to Boogie, old nigga KCA, a.k.a. Big Dog, says, Boogie, why is DC sold out? Fuck! Boogie just replies with, be happy for me, nigga. Boogie's my favorite part of Twitter, and
that is hilarious. That is funny as shit. I'm still not on the Boogie bandwagon. I still haven't listened to his project, so I'm missing out right now.
Check out Everything's for Sale, and look, Boogie, I'm promoting you. Every show, I say something about Boogie. Come on this fucking show, Boogie, and look, all y'all shitheads, at Boogie and at us, so he knows that we're serious. Just get on him and say, hey, Boogie, when are you going to be on the shit show? And tag us. Don't be mean. Don't troll. Polite. I'm serious.
Okay, I'm following him now.
Yes. Yes, we want Boogie on the shit show. And I tweet him every week about being on the shit show. One day he's going to notice.
One day he might eventually notice.
He might just notice and like it and then keep moving. But I'll take what I can get. But, yeah, that was the first bit of important shit. Second, we'll go on to the next thing, which is Kingdom Hearts. And I don't know if Greater Sapien's a big fan of Kingdom Hearts. I am, and I'm sure everybody that regularly watches the show knows how big of a Kingdom Hearts fan I am.
It's a great game.
It is.
It's a great franchise.
It is. And I am currently working on getting 100% completion on Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm about 75% now. I just got the Ultimate Keyblade. I'm super proud of it. And one of the complaints from fans of the game is that Kingdom Hearts 3 is too easy. So what the developers of the game are doing is they're working on adding critical mode as DLC coming soon. And what they're going to do with critical mode is there's this little section where you can play as the Remy the mouse from Ratatouille, and you can cook food, and the food boosts your abilities. They're saying that's going to be super important to critical mode, making it so that you need to feed Sora the proper meal before going into a battle so that he can win. So critical mode's coming, and it's supposed to be ridiculously hard, and you have to figure out the right type of food to eat. So there's that. And this is what important shit is, by the way. It's me talking about shit that is important to me.
It's only important. It's only important to you.
And every once in a while, it syncs up. So every once in a while, like maybe the next one will sync up with you guys. Like we just talked earlier about our Transformers episode, And Zoe's not ready. So with Transformers, what did y'all think of Bumblebee?
I still have not seen the Bumblebee movie.
I didn't like the other ones enough that it spoiled me to not see Bumblebee. I've heard decent things about it, but I didn't want to because of the other ones.
All right. Well, I will say this about Bumblebee.
Likewise.
Bumblebee is probably the best in the Transformers series.
No, it's not probably. I haven't seen it, but I've seen the reviews, and I can feel. But then, being the best Transformers movie is like just what does that mean? You know what I'm saying? That's like fucking Good Deeds is the best Tyler Perry movie, but it's still a D. Is you know what I'm saying? It's like you're the smartest kid in summer school. It's like, all right, so
all right.
No, I've heard the same, that Bumblebee was punished for what happened prior. That it didn't, and it's true.
And Bumblebee, I saw Bumblebee in theaters, and I enjoyed the shit out of this movie. It had the heart and soul of an 80s movie, which is why it makes the video that's playing in between us so amazing. It is a trailer for the VHS release of the Bumblebee movie because it's set in the 80s.
A VHS release?
Yes, but this came out, this trailer.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, this trailer hit on April 1st, so it was an April Fool's joke.
Oh, but that's too bad.
But it's all worth it for this trailer.
Yeah.
And a few people received copies of a VHS of the Bumblebee movie in the mail. I forgot who they were or how they got them.
So you mean to tell me John Cena's in this movie and the movie's good?
Yeah. This movie, it's not great, but it's good.
Okay.
It's good. It's the best Transformer movie. It's Transformer good.
I just don't know what that means though.
Yeah, I know. What does that mean though?
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the last one was just
of all the aids you can have.
It was just
this is the best.
Bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like the Transformers episode ended up being a 2.5-hour What's Eating Hannibal rant because
Hannibal. It was 4 hours.
Upset.
It was a 4-hour What's Eating Hannibal.
Yeah, I was very upset. Okay, those movies are terrible, and I just needed to get that venom and angst out of my chest. I still got the venom and angst on my chest about the Medea movies. So
yeah.
So,
but yeah, this is happening, and I'm super excited about it. Like, look at the weird. They added all the VHS distortions that come when your tape's going bad.
The tracking was off.
Yeah. Thank you for telling me what it was because I couldn't remember.
The tracking, because it would get off, and you had to get in there, and you had to push the button, and you had to try to get it back, and then you go the wrong direction, and it would get all screwed up.
Yep, I was typing out my bullet points, and I couldn't remember that word. Tracking. Thank you.
Tracking. You remember you have to use it like when the video was still playing bad, you'd have to start adjusting the tracking to make it all fall back in line.
Yes.
You remember at like Blockbuster they would have like those machines that you could rent that would just rewind tapes. It didn't do anything else.
Yeah, just a rewind the tape. There were some that were shaped like little sports cars.
Yes, exactly. Be kind, rewind.
Mm-hmm.
Because the process of rewinding videos like takes how long exactly?
Yeah.
Like was there ever a movie that you had to rewind that took more than 5 minutes to rewind?
No. So, just so you know, Bumblebee VHS trailer, and so with that being said, do we want to talk about something that is actually kind of fucked up?
I don't know. The way you led into that, it kind of makes me a little nervous. But yeah, okay.
Oh, you should be ready for this. Let's talk about something that's a little fucked up. Here we go. Hit it, Zoe. So, this comes from an article from the Washington Post, and I'm gonna read this quote real quick. Let me find it. This is a quote from that article. Los Angeles artist Eric Brunetti sued the government, saying that it violated his First Amendment by refusing to register the trademark for his clothing line, Fucked, which is spelled, as you see coming up on the screen next to you, F-U-C-T, which stands for Friends You Can Trust.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I like it. Like, this is an ongoing case. Like, there's no resolution yet. But they're refusing to register his trademark for it because it's vulgar and crude. So, this is much like Fair or Foul. What do y'all think about this?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's foul. I mean,
Foul
look,
for them to be holding it. I mean, hopefully it'll be rectified in court. Hopefully it'll be rectified in court because that's pretty damn funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't know this, but the original name for the Care Bears was the Fucked Friends. So
yeah, the friends you can trust.
The friends you can trust. You know what I'm saying? The friends you can trust bears.
Yeah.
It didn't really go over well in the test group. But
I'm curious if he could get around it by putting periods between those things or something like that. If it would help him out at all.
Yeah, but that also scares me for the future of the let me say it right. Future of the 5H1T show.
Yeah, the
yeah.
Like, are we gonna have trouble moving forward with the 5H1T show? Because
I don't know what happened with Penn and Teller's bullshit.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like we could definitely run into it. I used to have a group, a rap group that I managed and produced called The Bastards, and we ran into a lot of little issues with the name of the group being The Bastards. Like there was like sometimes we try to put the music online and it would be like, oh, so there's a bad word in the name and we can't do this, that. So we need you guys to change the name. So we ain't changing shit. The name of the group is The Bastards.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think Penn and Teller had asterisks in their their bullshit, didn't they?
Yeah.
They still called it bullshit.
Yeah. They
but
did.
They had asterisks in there.
Yeah. We use numbers. We use a 5 and a 1. So
I mean, it's 5 and a 1. I mean, it does have that lookalike issue, which is the point.
Yeah. It is. That's why whenever I communicate with anyone, especially when, as unprofessional as it may seem, when I contact people about being on the show, I make sure I work in the word shit and I spell it that way so that you know what you're getting into. Take it for what it is. You know who you're talking to.
Yeah, you come talk some shit with us. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a shit show. I will first go back and watch our first episode. That was a shit show for real.
Yeah, actually, we are.
I haven't watched back that far.
Oh yeah. Greater Sapien. Go back and watch episode 1 and 1.5. Watch and compare it to this.
Yeah,
look how far we've come.
Yeah.
We could use the view hours, so everybody do it.
Yeah. This would be like the equivalent of like the this is like you go into a nice restaurant, they got the fine linens, your food comes served on plates. You know what I'm saying? It's like the first show was like, nah, man, it's like garbage can lids, on the in the back, outside in the back. You know what I'm saying?
It was like that restaurant had their boy Jamar come up and serve you. Somebody order some lobster.
Right. Yeah, it's just real questionable. You know what I'm saying? Like dude just come walking out just like in dirty jeans, just holding like a lobster, and the lobster's still alive. And then you comment on the fact that the lobster's still alive, and he just slams it on the ground a couple of times, and he's like, "It's dead night. You straight?" It's like that was the first episode of the shit show. It was just like it was just that. It was pretty bad. It was pretty.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Go back and watch.
And we powered through that shit to give you the polished turd that you have in front of you now.
And if you want to see Monty super pissed off, go back and watch the very first one. The second one, I was in a good mood. I was pissed all through the first episode.
Yeah, everything that could go wrong in that episode did go wrong. Yeah. So it was
and I tried my best to keep my cool, but I went back and watched, and I'm like, I could see how pissed off I am.
You could see it.
I am angry. Wow, look at me. That's how I pretend to not be angry. That's not convincing.
Yeah, and just for everybody watching the shit show right now, as you can see, Monty and Greater Sapien are in fact two different people.
We're two different people.
Yeah.
So the next time we go on Drunken Peasants, a Tap, a Geek Room, anybody that's like, holy shit, it's Hannibal and Greater Sapien. It's like no.
Look at all this gray.
Yeah.
Look at these lines. This is me yelling at people over the years.
We are both very pretty motherfuckers. I mean, look at that profile. Like, I worked this, but
look at these eyes.
Yeah, like his is totally different. Greater Sapien's better at the smolder. I'm better at the hey, check this out. See, it's different. It's different. Greater Sapien's got that smolder down. And
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
I felt threatened when I showed my girlfriend the picture I used because I'm like, fuck, wait, you're looking at him a little too hard. Stop.
Oh, but it was a trip looking at you drawing. Man, I was like, whoa. I mean, I never noticed how much, and it's true though. I was like, damn, that's a young me. That's a trip.
Look, every time I see black Jason Voorhees, I say the same thing. I'd be like,
Yeah.
damn, bro, you look alike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. It's like,
And I'm glad you said that. Shitheads, that's going to change soon. There's awesome shit coming. And look, if y'all also want to support us, I didn't mention it before because I don't have it in my notes. There is also an Amazon wish list that is going to get us some better lights for Hannibal over there.
Yeah.
And look, if y'all don't use the wish list, patrons got us covered. Next Patreon coming up, Hannibal's getting some lights shipped to him. So check that wish list out. Hook us up. But let's finish important shit with the next story. And I got a question for y'all, and I know you have, Greater Sapien, because I saw your video about it. But have y'all seen the black hole image?
Yes, I have seen the black hole, the Krispy Kreme in the sky. I've seen
it. Yes, that's awesome shit. But there's a story separate from that ties into it. There's a Chinese organization called the Visual China Group, which is the largest stock photo site in China. They have tried to claim copyright over the black hole image.
Ooh. Nice.
Yes,
nice. Okay, there you go.
They slapped their logo on it, and they're like, anybody that uses this image has to pay us to use it. Like the exact same way that our first annual Golden Turd Awards is no longer monetized because some company slapped Cardi B's Trump shutdown speech on their page and claimed it as their own.
Yes.
So we can't monetize that episode anymore. I don't know how to fight that shit. Ben Collinsworth from the Creole Alliance wants to go to war for us, but I'm like, hold up, we just got monetized. Let us bask in this for a bit.
Oh, you just got monetized?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Hey, real quick for anybody who's watching this and is trying to get caught up on these things, like I do when I'm at work, I will just hit the playlist and let it go.
Yes.
Let the ads run.
Yeah.
Let the ads run, people. These guys need the revenue, and they need the pickup on this. So
yeah,
and
we
let the ads run, man.
We put every penny back into the show, and I cannot wait to show you what I did with the money that came from Patreon this month. It's amazing. But
Monty is done. Can I tell him, or do we have to wait and show him?
Patrons know. Look, you can tell them. I'll let you say it.
So anybody who watches Hannibal and Monty Shit Show, I'm a Hannibal, right? I wear a mask, right? And I wear a lot of different masks. At any given point, I will just switch masks multiple times in the show. I got like 70, 80 masks at my house, and I will routinely switch through masks, as we're doing the show. And Monty wanted to design a mask for me from scratch. So Monty literally created a mask for me, and he's been sending me the specs. He's been doing it, working on it on his live stream. I didn't even know Monty could do masks. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know he's talented. I know he's a talented black man. I know he can do anything he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? Except eat a giraffe and fuck children. Like Monty can pretty much do anything else he wants to do.
I can eat a giraffe. I won't fuck children.
Those are the options.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just trying to think of different things that people. When people say they can do anything, I always think of a bunch of shit they can't do. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't throw a bowling ball 50 feet over your head. So let's not even talk the bullshit. All right, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got it like that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And I bet if you tried to eat a giraffe, it'd be way more difficult than you think. Like, I bet giraffe. First off, I don't think giraffe meat is very good. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just, I think it's real tough. You know what I'm saying?
I've never tried
gamey.
it. I've never
tried it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's an amount of hot sauce you can put on, not to perpetuate the stereotype about black people, but I bet if you put a bunch of hot sauce on it, it still would just taste like you were eating giraffe. So anyway, Monty made me a mask with our Patreon money, and the mask looks fantastic. And hopefully by the next episode, you guys can get to see me rocking out with my new mask.
I mean, I can't promise to show it right before I play Birdman at the end of the episode. I have it sitting right next to me right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Our
lovely producer Zoe, hearing us talk about it, went and grabbed it and sat it next to me. That's how good she is.
Tish said, I think you could eat some giraffe. I think eating the whole thing would take too long. Yeah. I think it would take too long if all you ate was neck meat. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ate like other parts of the giraffe, like I bet you like giraffe thigh is probably like real easy to eat. You know what I'm saying? But fucking there's a lot of necks. I don't know if you've ever seen like on Animal Planet when they show two giraffes fighting and they just start swinging their necks at each other. Like that's how they fight. That's just a weird way to fight. Like it's just, you know, you don't see two turtles fight each other by ramming shells. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. I just went in a weird place. Anyway, Monty used the Patreon money.
I've had ostrich before, but I haven't had giraffe.
Yeah, I've never had giraffe either. So yeah, I used the Patreon money to make this awesome mask for Hannibal, and it will be the look of Hannibal. If you watched, and I'll give you a hint, if you watch the beginning video, it has the new What's Eating Hannibal logo, or the new Hannibal logo, featuring the new mask. So, and I will show it off right before we close the show, because I have it next to me. Because less of you are watching, so there's a reason to watch till the end.
How are you making the mask? You resin? What are you doing? What are you?
I actually bought a paintball mask and customized the fuck out of it. Okay. I'll show you in a second. Like, we're right at the very last segment, which Greater Sapien, I saved this segment for you. I almost did it last week.
Yeah, he started to do this last week, and he said, "No, I'm saving this for when Greater Sapien's on the show." So I'm like, "All right, I'm very curious to see what it is, because you've been talking a lot of shit about this segment, so it ought to be fantastic."
Yes.
Like, so I'm holding you accountable if it's not awesome.
Hold me accountable. Hannibal, you will definitely have some shit to say about this segment. Okay. I got some shit to get off my chest about it. So let's go. And the way this works, before you skip next, Zoe, the way this works is I normally do important shit, and the top story is always check this shit out. So here we go. Check this shit out. Up. Oh, you forgot to turn the volume up. Back up. I put the note in there. Oh. You know what? You get no breakfast tomorrow, Zoe. No, not
peanuts.
Not really. She gets to eat every day.
And that's just the type of level of parenting you can expect from Hannibal and Monty Shit Show.
I feed my daughter every day.
Kids that work for us get to eat every day. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
Yes, here we go. Check this shit out. Hannibal and Monty's Shit Show presents.
Check that shit out. What is that? I didn't know they made them like that. I don't even understand what I'm seeing.
Remember that shit I gave you last week, nigga? It's nothing, nigga. It's nothing. It's nothing, nigga. Nigga, it's nothing. This shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga. Right here, this shit, nigga. This shit here, nigga.
Check this shit out.
I'm Lord Jamal. We got Fact Checker Rage in the house. We got my physical reality in the house. And this is a special episode of You're Not a Mean Godcast. For certain 5%ers, this is heresy what I'm talking about right now. Like, you know, and all I could say is this is the show where I presented, you know, my evidence and my findings. Show and prove, God. Show and prove. I know it's in the lessons, but proper education, a law correct error, and we can't just stick to something just because it's tradition, okay? I implore y'all to go out and watch videos like Eric Dubé's 200 Proofs, that we're not on a spinning ball. Go to Brother Sanchez channel, please. Go check out all of Brother Sanchez's videos. There's also a video called Convex Earth where actual experiments were done with lasers over vast distances, showing and proving there is no curve. Do the research. Earlier we were talking off camera, or maybe some of it on camera, about Antarctica and how there's an Antarctic treaty amongst, you know, so many countries, damn near all the countries, and that's the one treaty that they all agree with, and nobody can really go to Antarctica for some odd reason. And if you do go, you're limited to just certain portions of it. A lot of people say, well, the sun is round and the moon is round and all the planets is round, you know, why wouldn't we be round? And I tell them, well, first of all the planets are not necessarily round. That's just how they represent them. Second of all, you know, there's the analogy of the pool table and the pool balls. You know, just because all the pool balls are round doesn't make the pool table have to be round. You see what I'm saying? The planets are what move, you know, the same way you get seasons, you get 24 hours a day, the same way you think the earth is spinning. If what's above you is spinning, you'd still get the same results. But what's outside of it, see, I don't like to speculate. I don't want to get all into speculation. Some people say it's water, to be quite honest with you. They say that outer space is really water, and that these lights that we see as planets are actually luminescence that can be created with sound vibrations that happen in water. Just talking about the instability that living on a globe brings. Like, can we also talk about how, you know, how the globe removes God out of the equation? Like, I think it moves intelligent design out the equation. So at the end of the day, what does the devil want to do in the Bible? He wanted to put himself in God's place. He want to sit on God's throne. He want to be greater than God. So this is why when if you act like God, oh, ain't no real God, this is all some bullshit. You're just an accident. Like, you just some dust that swirled together, and then, you know, you're just a fucking alligator that crawled up out of the fucking the water and developed into a man and all this evolutionary bullshit, and it makes you less important. If you knew that you was the center, what you think you think everything revolves around you? You know how they say that to you? You act like the world revolves around you. It does. It does. Wouldn't that make you feel special? If you knew the planets revolved around you, why? What makes me so special? First of all, Polaris, there wouldn't be that one star that stays right there in the middle, and then all the other stars revolve around it. We love y'all. Thank you for rocking with us on this episode. I'm Lord Jamal. I'm Peace.
So, with that being said, Greater Sapien, are you a flat earther now? Are you convinced by Lord Jamar?
That is some bullshit.
I thought I had the golden ticket here. And look, that video is severely edited. It is hours long. If you want the link, go to our Discord. It'll be in the Discord. You can watch the whole thing.
Oh my God!
You don't get to say.
You just giving me another reason to just hate Lord Jamar.
All right.
That fucking guy there, man, is just.
Yeah, look, we're going to talk about our Jamar issues.
Go watch this YouTube video, and we'll watch this other YouTube video, and this one. Do the research.
Yes.
Those things do not go together. Watching a YouTube video is not doing the research.
No, it's not.
Read a book.
And they always quote the same shit too. It's like, what the fuck, man? Because if you try to go to Antarctica, you can't go. Well, you know why? Because it's like, shut fuck up. Oh my God.
How about you actually try to go to Antarctica and find out? I have friends who have been to Antarctica.
Yes.
Who have been to Antarctica.
Like there was literally an American. Hold on, what's his names. Let me give you the names.
I took a flight over Antarctica. I was there.
Oh yeah, you were living about that.
I was in the zone of the treaty. There is a section that, there's a line where they say after this line you're within the Antarctic Treaty Zone, and I was within the zone. It's perfectly fine. They just want to know you're there and you're not there to actually militarize it. That's what the whole Antarctic Treaty is about, people. It's about not militarizing this natural resource here. It's for science.
Yeah, yes. There's an American named Colin O'Brady who a few months ago traversed 77.54 miles over 32 hours without sleep. He went from one end of Antarctica to another end of Antarctica.
Yeah, he went like an inner corner to another inner corner. People, he didn't go the whole way because people give him shit for that, but he didn't want to die.
Yeah, and he, right, yeah. Well, obviously, you know what I'm saying. But he traversed a small piece of it. But it was but he did it and he documented it while he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck you, Penultima.
All these people that are like, oh, you can't go to Antarctica because they won't let you. First off, who the fuck is they?
Yeah.
Who is the they that want to stop you from going to Antarctica?
Let me pause you for a second, Hannibal. If Greater Sapien, if what Penultima just suggested wins, would you be up for being on our torture episode next month? He just suggested flat earthers as our torture episode for us to talk for 2 hours about.
We could easily talk for 2 hours.
That's easy though. The whole point is for something that you can't easily talk shit about for 2 hours.
Yeah, but what it would be if that's the case, we're bringing E Green on, and you, if you're up for it.
E Green is our favorite flat earth. He's one of
when you're going to be doing it? When would it be?
Oh, we'll work it around your schedule.
All right. Yeah, late May is good.
Yeah, we'll make it. It's the end of the month in May. We'll make it work. All right. But E Green and Greater Sapien, and E Green's not like the flat earthers you normally deal with. E Green's cool as shit.
He's cool as shit. And
that's the thing. You don't have to hate these people. You don't have to hate. It's like, you know what? You can have a conversation about things you enjoy and this and that, and you just happen to disagree on this. I have a lot of friends and family who are incredibly religious people. We get along great. We just don't agree on that thing, and we're cool.
Yeah. So, if you're up for it, I'll hit you up. You don't have to commit, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
Things that Lord Jamal just said. I just still think about some of that.
I can't. I just fucking can't with these people, man. The they that is like, they don't want you to know about Antarctica. No, we know, bro. We've sent multiple scientists there, multiple people.
So have E Green, D Green. What's his name?
E Green.
Have him check out my stuff. So he knows not necessary to bring up something that I'm just going to go.
Oh yeah, E Green will do his research. I'll let him know. We'll let him know what he's walking into.
The Bible and takes out God. See, that's the thing. It doesn't take. You can plenty of religious people. My mom's religious as heck. She doesn't think the Earth's flat. She's fine with the globe because her God is powerful enough to make a globe.
Yeah,
it's like, come on. Oh, my people.
I know we got to do better. It's because it's. That's a whole different show. I'm not going to start that conversation.
Okay, well,
I can get into the religious conversation, and Hannibal has suggested that we do a show about some religious shit, but that might get me into some trouble. So,
it'll for sure get me into some trouble. My mom is a super devout born again Christian.
Well, look.
She's just gonna.
Well, look, bro.
My mom's Jehovah's Witness, man. She her heart pains.
Wait, shit. Greater Sapien, your mom's a Jehovah's Witness?
Yeah.
That's where I came from. My parents right now are Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, that's mine. Mine currently are as well. My mother and my
and look, nope, I won't. Or you say it if you want. I don't know if I'm doxing him. If he wants that out, I know what you're about to say.
I'll say E Green's parents are Jehovah's Witnesses also. I'm totally doxing. Yeah. It's so crazy. So there's a lot of, it's funny because I can remember Jehovah's Witness coming around, bringing that Watchtower comic book around, and I was like, man, this is a shit story. I can't fuck with y'all religion just based off of this book. You know what I'm saying? The characters is trash. Yeah. Ain't nobody got no superpowers but one person. It's just I'm not a fan of that.
The funny shit is, I was in a conference call with Hannibal and E Green a couple days ago, and we started talking about songs from the Jehovah's Witness songbook.
Oh, yeah, it's been a long time.
We were both singing along with Life Without End at last. Hannibal didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, I've been away from it. The second I hit 18, I was like, nope.
Shit.
So I got a choice to do something else. I'm not gonna do this no more.
Tell her, you know what my mom says. Look, as long as you're not an adult yet, you got to. If we go, you got to go. If we go, you got to go.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. And then second, I'm sick. My 18th birthday. I'm like, oh, it's my 18th birthday. I ain't going no more.
And look, we're deep into the show. Any of my Jehovah's Witness family isn't gonna watch now. So I got a question now. I was gonna go to the wrap up, but I'm curious. Were you ever baptized?
No. I mean, not that I know. Maybe it's
yeah.
small child.
No, they can't do it. Like Jehovah's Witnesses don't do it unless
yeah. No, never baptized.
Unless you go through the
no.
I don't know what they call it. I wasn't either. So you fell in that loophole.
Yeah.
All right, because that's where I fall.
My mother was. Yeah, you know they all were, but
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. There's a dreaded A word I can't use around my family, and I won't even say it this close to the end of a show, but like I'm afraid of it. But I'm afraid of what it'll do, and you know, if this happens, then it'll be what it is.
Yeah, I had that, that moment with my mother.
Yeah.
I always argue, but have conversations about evolution and science and this and that.
And wait, hang on. Fuck you, Tish. Stop it. Do not perpetuate that. That's my girlfriend, Ann Van, in the chat. And she's like, so Greater Sapien and Monty are the same person.
I was actually thinking it, so you guys...
Stop it.
You guys both have an aversion to flat earthers. You both...
Yeah, she's fueling the flame. That's all she's doing.
Friends. You both are boyishly gray.
Yes.
You both
comic book artists.
You're both comic book artists. You know what I'm saying? And you're both Jehovah's Witnesses. Shit. I was like, now I feel like
no. Raised by Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witness raised.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Both raised.
Yes.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
See, maybe that's why. Maybe I'm such a narcissist. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why I'm like, this dude's doing awesome shit. Maybe that's what it is.
And see, I'm just the opposite with Black Jason. Like, I respect what he does, but at the end of the day, I know it's like it's a Highlander situation. Only one of us can survive. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Black Jason. I called you out. Come at me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And look, I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them white girls you be chasing, all right? I'm not gonna be tripping over nothing, all right? Okay? I'm like the Black Panther. My superpower is these hands, all right? Black Jason.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and actually, Godless Engineer, we're calling you out. Greater Sapien, what grade would you give the Black Panther movie?
Oh, you want to do this now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna ask him real quick before we wrap it up.
He didn't know our grading system, so it's like we
what's your grading system?
I mean, it's basically an A to F grading system. You know, where you're allowed to give pluses and minuses across the board. So you can go as high as an A plus, you can go as low as an F minus. You can do A plus, A minus, B plus, B minus, etc.
For me, I'll go with an A minus.
All right,
only because of the CGI in the last fight scene.
Okay.
And took me, bugged me. I wish they would have gone just hand to hand, man to man, no CGI, and just went at it that way.
Yeah.
The fact that they were having a fight in a literal underground railroad.
Yeah.
And what took me out of that was the fact that the CGI was working out. But it was just, I'm a 50-year-old Black Panther fan who's been waiting for a Black Panther since who knows what. When I thought it was going to be Wesley Snipes, when and I was just waiting for that movie. And I'm from Oakland.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm from
All
Oakland.
right.
I've been following Ryan Coogler. It got my town in it. It's got my people in it. I was just sitting there. I was just like, just black nerd tears in that movie, man. It was just killing me. So I love that movie. But I have to give it a little bit under perfection.
All right.
Because of that.
All right. A minus helps. And look, Godless Engineer, I still love you. I still love you, but I'm
adding it to the list right now.
Yeah, it's going on the list, but I'm calling you out. You took our whole grading system down by giving it. This is the thing I'm calling you out on. I'm gonna do the video I was gonna do towards Greater Sapien for his pick on Spider-Man. I'm gonna pick a flat earther that hates you and mimic his videos and call you out, Godless Engineer. Says I can't do it with Greater Sapien now.
D Marble hates him too.
So I can do the D Marble video against Godless Engineer?
Yeah, he hates him too.
Well, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah. He calls him Sweaty Engineer, by the way.
And while I have you here, what would you give Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel, I would give a C+.
Oh wow, you went lower than me. I went B.
Yeah,
I would say a solid B.
It's middle of the pack. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. But it's not one of those things I'm just coming out of. It's like I'm not coming out with that fire.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. All right.
Winter. It's not like Winter Soldier and Civil War. It's not. It's not in that ballpark.
Yeah. And look, this will appease either me or Hannibal. And now that we have you here, I'm going to ask this question. The debate that I have already won, by the way.
You know what? I'm just first go ahead, ask the fucking question.
Oh no,
go
it's
ahead.
something personal. This is something.
I've already won this debate.
He is bringing up some.
Yeah.
He's like a bad girlfriend in a plunger. He's just bringing up old shit right now. Go ahead.
Look. This is the motherfucker that calls me out and uses verbal clickbait. Shut the fuck up, Hannibal.
I just say things that are facts. All right.
No, you say partial facts. That's why it's verbal clickbait. Like Stan is not a great Eminem song. Is in our intro.
You keep perpetuating those lies. Stan is a great Eminem song.
You see, and you just play along with it. I'm quoting you for my intro, but I did not say Stan is not a great Eminem song. So.
You just said it just now. You just said that Stan was not a great Eminem song, and then you said that you didn't say.
Zoe, can you mute Hannibal? I'm joking.
Go ahead and tell him. Go ahead and ask the.
All right. So here's the question, and I want to see, since you don't know which side either one of us falls on.
I have no idea. Go ahead.
Which movie do you think is better? Captain America: Winter Soldier or Guardians of the Galaxy 1? They're both great movies.
Ooh.
Which is better?
Which is better?
Yes.
Better. Damn. I might.
And look, shitheads. Think about it for a second. I'm going to talk to the shitheads a bit. Listen, his pick will decide whether I show the new Hannibal mask here on the show. If
because I love both of them.
Yes.
For different reasons, so I don't compare them.
Yeah. We compared them and had it out about it, where it turned into a big bet. It's super hard. I know where I stand though. But if I
think.
Wait. Think about it. Hannibal.
No, I'm still thinking about it because every time I'm about to say something, if I flip to the other side.
Let me ask Hannibal a question while you think about it. Hannibal, which side shows the mask?
Which side shows
when he picks one. Which side gets me to show the mask on this stream?
So I don't know which side shows the mask.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're asking me.
Which
side?
If he picks.
I didn't want to skew my decision.
If he picks the one, because you don't know which is which. If he picks the one that you went with.
Okay.
And.
Okay, if he picks if he picks the one that I picked, then you do the half mask. If he picks the one that I didn't pick, then you go with the full mask.
All right. There we go. If he goes with the one you picked, I do the half mask.
Okay.
If he goes to mine, I do the full mask. All right, gotcha.
Okay, I think.
Also, Wellington Smith just jumped in the chat, and he's super excited to see Greater Sapien.
Hey, what's up? Okay, I think I'm going to have to go by which one that I ended up watching the most over time, going back and watching.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have to tail the toe because I love them both.
All right.
So I have to go with Guardians 1.
Guardians 1. So the one I picked is a full mask, right?
Yes.
All right. So there we go. Behold.
See, this is just going with the whole thing, us being the same person thing again now.
Yeah. See, there you go. It just now it's just reinforcing what I already suspected. You know what I'm saying?
But see, but really it comes down to Guardians being a self-contained.
Yeah.
It's a self. Okay, I don't want to give the same answer.
This is a long argument. Like, go back. Look, dude, I will email you the podcast if you have 30 minutes. Because it's a 2-hour long podcast. Don't listen to the second hour, because the second hour, like, we kind of blew our load in the first, and it's me and Hannibal going, we got an hour to go. How do we pad this out and keep going? Because we just argued for an hour. So.
They're both brilliant. They're both great movies, though. They're both great movies.
But at the end of that bet, once Hannibal's computer is fixed, he will be giving the shitheads his version of an audiobook of the first Twilight.
Yeah, I because I lost this bet. I have to do an audiobook version of Twilight. And I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna be fucking amazing. Me and Shayla already started doing like the first little bit of it, and it'll be worth it. You know what I'm saying? I don't welch on my bets. I stick to I'm like the Lannisters. I always pay my debts.
I get to be in that place where I'm one of those moments where Hannibal has to say he was wrong.
Yeah, look, this was the first time I was wrong since the early '80s. I thought that E.T. I thought that Crush Groove, no, not Crush Groove, Breaking 2 was going to be a more popular movie than E.T. So it's been like 30 years. I was due to be wrong again. So that's all right.
That's a tough one though. That's a tough one.
There you go. Well.
Like I said, I always the question that I always ask people is, because I feel like it's 2 points that need to be 2 points that need to be asked when you ask this question. One is, which movie did you find more entertaining? Like, which movie entertained you more, and which movie do you think is the better film?
Right, they're very different things.
I think most people would argue that Guardians is the more entertaining movie.
Mm-hmm.
But Winter Soldier is the better film. Now, at the end of the day, we're really just negotiating over like percentage points, because they're both great films. They're both when it comes to the pantheon that is comic book films, they stand at the top of the food chain.
Yeah,
both of those movies are fantastic.
Yeah. No, it's the self-containedness of Guardians for me, but yeah. You need to have understood the history of Bucky and Cap, and if you can't just come in raw and understand why that's important and have that emotional connection. Guardians is really self-contained. It gives you a whole arc of character between the whole thing. But I've seen both of them several times.
Yeah, they're both amazing movies, and that's the kind of arguments me and Hannibal get into, where we agree. Like, we both think they're great movies, much like Eminem and Stan. And it's not that I don't think Stan is a great song. I don't think Stan deserves the rating that Hannibal will give it. I think it's an amazing and great song. I think that song is one of the greatest songs ever made. But it's just not a 5-star song when I go by my star rating.
And you are wrong on 1,000 levels, and I'm not gonna fucking get into it with you. All right, I'm not even gonna have this. He's testing me right now. He's fucking poking the bear right now. And you know what? I reject it. I reject his.
I think you have an issue. You're limiting yourself when you have a 5-star rating system.
Okay, explain.
It's one of the greatest songs of all time. How can you not be in that realm of 5? You got to be in that realm of 5 and be one of the greatest. I mean, if you had like a 50-point system, then you can say, hey, this is a 40, this is a 47. But if you're rounding up, if it's almost one of the greatest song, if it's one of the greatest,
all right.
That's top 80%. 5-star is top 80%.
So maybe there needs to be a 6 star, is what you're saying.
Something. Yeah.
All right. We might need to discuss this.
Break down the science. It's going to break down the science of 5-star rating system.
All right.
I can see that, and I know Mel would fucking love to do that too.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to point out, with Greater Sapien giving us his ratings for Captain Marvel and Black Panther. So Black Panther just fell 0.05 percentage points. It is still the number 3 ranked movie on our list.
All right.
You know, but it went from having a
what
solid
what are the top
rating.
3? 1 to 3.
Avengers Infinity War is number 1 at 4.125. You know, it's the only it's an A+, and then right underneath that is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with a 4.1, and then Black Panther is 3 with a 3.95. It has a very, very, very high A-.
All right, that's awesome. That's fair. Like, I'll take that.
Yeah. Now, if we go by how many times I saw it in the theater, Black Panther is one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. It is fantastic.
I saw that thing 5 times in the theater. I kept going back.
I am not going, and I agree with you. The CGI towards the end of the movie is trash.
Hang on, Hannibal.
Good.
Wellington Smith was asking, someone remind me how to use plunger points. Something we have not said this episode. Plunger points are worthless unless you're on the shit show. They have value here. What they do is when we get to, and Greater Sapien doesn't know this either, when we get to the 2nd annual Golden Turd Awards, you all will be eligible to be Shithead of the Year. And eventually, we're going to start playing games where all of you shitheads, using the stream bot, once I get it working, you'll be able to bet your plunger points against each other. The shithead with the highest plunger points, and they're all stored in Streamlabs, and we add from the contest and shit like that. The shithead with the highest plunger points will win Shithead of the Year at the Golden Turd Awards, and we'll figure out a way that you, for a year, will be known as Shithead of the Year. We'll do whatever we have to do.
And there'll be all kinds of prizes and stuff, so we're working on it. You know, if you haven't entered the...
Yeah, Shithead of the Year, I might treat, like, the highest level or the lowest level patron that I ship things to. So whenever I have things to ship that are extra for those patrons that give me an address, I'll ship that shit to you when you get that. So not only do you get the bulk prize, but you get a prize all year. So I'll do that.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, and then you guys can get all like a whole bunch of really cool Hannibal and Monty merch. You know, Monty is actually just starting to work on the Mayonnaise Devil playing card set. So you know, maybe somebody can win that deck of cards. So it's definitely, every time you guys say something clever in the chat that makes us laugh, you get plunger points. Every time you share the show on shared from YouTube or share it on your Twitter, your Instagram, if you tag us in the share, you will get plunger points.
Yes.
Everybody that guesses, everybody
that tags Boogie gets, I'm gonna up it. I'm gonna say 25 plunger points if you tag us in a comment to Boogie saying, "Hey, when are you gonna be on the shit show?" Don't troll him. If you troll him, you don't get points. Don't be dicks. Gotta be nice, friendly, just, hey, these brothers want to talk.
Yeah. Then
go talk to them.
You will get plunger points.
I will give you, what did I say, 25 or 50? I said 25, right? 25. I will give you 25 plunger points. Anybody that does that, like, there you go. Whoever's watching right now, you get it.
Yeah, and if you get in the chat right now, and if you type, it's exclamation point and points.
Yeah,
like you type it like an actual exclamation point, and then type the word points, and then hit enter. Streambots should tell you how many plunger points.
And you're earning plunger points for every 5 minutes you watch the show.
Every 5 minutes you watch the show, you are getting plunger points. If you enter in
live,
the Hannibal Monty shit show contest, you will get plunger points for every correct guess that you get in that picture.
Yeah, Hannibal, you have the least amount of plunger points of anybody I've seen check their points.
This is true. I'm not very clever, I guess. I'm not doing the right thing. See, I'm not getting credit for the things that I am sharing the shit show, but I haven't been tagging the shit show in the shit show. So I definitely got to do better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this has been a good show.
This has, and thank you. And also, I want to mention before we wrap it up, Greater Sapien, you are now in the running for a golden turd for best shit show guest.
Yes. You will be.
Yeah, we give out golden turds or shitties for short.
Yeah, the shitties. You know what I'm saying? We had our very first Golden Turd Awards.
Actually, I'm going to say it right now. This is way early in the year. Last year we had the Geek Room co-host with us. Wouldn't it be awesome if, and you don't have to commit right now. We're not putting you on the spot. Just give me and I'll think about it. You don't even have to give me and I'll think about it. Like, don't say anything right now. But I'm thinking Greater Sapien and E. Green as our co-hosts for the second annual Golden Turd Awards.
When would that be?
Sometime around the Oscars and all the other award shows.
Oh, all the way till next. Oh,
yeah.
I'll think about it. Keep me in mind.
Yeah. I'll hit you up. Like,
that's the future. It does not exist.
Yeah, this
yet.
is way early. So nobody take this as any kind of commitment.
Yeah.
But that's an idea I have right now. You're not committing to shit right now.
We'll see how things go in May.
Yeah.
With me and E Green on at the same time.
Yeah. We'll get you on. It'll be fine. Like y'all are both cool. Y'all will get along.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
He survived drag. We had him on with Dragnut. I don't know if you know him or
I don't know him.
Ran into him. He's an awesome guy, but Dragnut kind of put him through it. He survived that. He was cool with it.
Yeah, we're all friends here because you know this isn't a debate show.
Yeah, exactly. And and I'm not interested in kind of these gotchy debatey type of things. You know, it's like
we're just friends.
You want to have a conversation and talk about something? Let's do it.
Yeah. And like we both look at him and go, nope, it's not flat, dude. Let's keep moving.
Yeah. I love you like a brother. You wrong, but
you wrong, but I love you.
He actually been texting us since we've been on the show. I don't know if you've been seeing him coming in.
No, I haven't. Has he? All right.
Yeah, he's been texting us. He's letting us know. Well, yeah, man, this has been a good show. Our guest was Greater Sapien. Greater Sapien, do you want to plug anything while you're here? You know, with the platform, with the dozens of people we have watched.
No, I'm a real quick shout out to any of my people that come by and watch this on the replay. Sit there, go through the playlist. Check out these brothers' past work. Let the ads play. Get these guys the feedback and get these guys the subs that they need to get more of this out. We need to have more representation of different types of brothers out here, and this is the only way to do it. So I'm glad, if my people are here, that they're being respectful. Be respectful too on the channel, on the comment threads. But do what you can. Promote these brothers and check out their work and just make these guys get bigger.
Thank
you so much. Thank you.
So, yeah, man, we do what we can, and like if you can hang around for like 2 minutes after. I want to talk to you about the comic book thing, so we can just get you involved in it as well. Yes. And but that's it. I don't have anything else to say, man. I think this was a good show. I'm definitely glad we had Greater Sapien on the show. Next week we are doing our superhero origin episode. We are ranking 7 movies and adding those movies to the list. And I've already updated the great comic book list of all time with Greater Sapien's grades for Captain Marvel and Black Panther. It didn't really affect Black Panther. It's still a number 3 movie on our list, but your ratings of Captain Marvel did move Captain Marvel from being a number 9 movie.
Wait. Let me pause you for 1 second, Hannibal. One second. Juwan Hart. Streambot just told you had 0 points when you checked. I'm going to let you in on a inside secret. If you sub to the channel, Streambot will automatically give you 10 plunger points. Like right there, like that. Continue, Hannibal.
Yeah. So next week, we're doing the great comic book. As we add to the great comic book list of all time, we're doing superhero origin stories in conjunction with the release of DC's Shazam, which I have not seen. I will go see it tomorrow. But we will also be ranking. And keep in mind, there were 94 superhero origin movies to choose from. So we had to narrow that list down because we weren't going to watch 94 movies. So
no.
Monty and myself and our 2 guests, Ben Collinsworth from the Creole Alliance and Ace Wonder, we all picked a movie of our choosing from that list, and then we allowed the shitheads to pick the remaining 3 movies. So the 7 movies we will be reviewing will be the 1977 made-for-TV film The Amazing Spider-Man. We will be ranking The Mask, 1994's The Mask. We will be ranking V for Vendetta. We will be doing Ant-Man, Captain America, First Avenger. We will be doing the 1978 Superman, directed by Richard Donner, and we will be ranking Shazam. We will be adding those 7 movies to our list. Where will they fall on the list? I don't know, but I will tell you, because of Greater Sapien's grade, Captain Marvel went from being the number 9 movie on our list to the number 10 movie on our list. So now the new number 9 is Blade, and Captain Marvel is 10 at
All right.
Captain Marvel is 10.
All right, there we go. And Black Panther moved up.
No,
So-
Black Panther stayed the same. He actually made it fall like a 0.05 points.
All right.
You know, no judgment, Greater Sapien. I still love you.
It's just a CGI, man. That CGI did it for me, man.
But here's the
No, the CGI is fair though.
I think the CGI at the end of the movie is bad, but like, and I've made this argument, and this is what I was telling Monty about when we rank albums and a lot of things that when we do these ranking shows is like, I can think of a handful of classic albums, right, where the album is amazing, like you can listen to it from beginning to end without skipping a song. But most albums, even the best albums, have like that one song that was like, this didn't really need to be on there, but the rest of the album was so fantastic that we kind of just give it a pass.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the CGI at the end of Black Panther is one for me, and that's all I'll say. For me, it was not so much of a hindrance where like that movie got an A+, and I've only given a matter of fact, Panther might be the only movie I gave an A+ to so far. Let me check and see. But Panther's the only one. And I considered it with Infinity War, and I considered it with Spider-Verse. You know, but there's a couple movies that I know I'm giving A+ to that we haven't gotten to yet, and you know I'm being stingy with my A+. I am. I'm being stingy.
I'm not.
Look,
I gotta check with you on that later.
Yeah. So we got like, you know, we set it up where you can only give A+, the coveted A+ or the dreaded F- to 10% of the movies that we review up at any given point. As a sidebar, Greater Sapien, would you like to take a guess at what the lowest rated movies are that we've seen? Comic book movies.
You've got how many have you seen now?
I think 32 films so far.
Yeah.
Put me in a genre. Put me in a group like it's.
Okay, so this is what we did.
It's
so
one of the.
No, I'm gonna let you. So this is what we've done so far. I'm not gonna tell you the movies, but I'll tell you the categories we did. We did all the comic book films that came out in 2018. We did, and that's 19 movies right there.
And wait, pause for a second. Wellington Smith, that notification was from me making the video we showed at the beginning public. That wasn't for this show. So check that out after this show's over. But continue.
So we ranked all the comic book movies that came out in 2018. We ranked all the black superhero movies that have been released so far. Black superhero movies that were based on comics first.
Okay.
We ranked 7 female superhero films. We ranked, and is that it? No, we did another one. Was that it? The 19 plus the 7 plus the 7. Yeah, because this is April. Okay, so that's what we did. We did the 7 female superhero episodes.
And we've got 2 comic movies coming next month.
Okay.
Yeah, we did the 7. We did the 7 black superhero movies that came out, and we did the 19 comic book movies that came out last year. So
black superhero movies that were based on comics, though, not just superhero movies.
Right.
Based on comics.
So like Meteor Man's not in there.
Meteor Man is not on there, and I appreciate you knowing that distinction.
Fuck. Okay. Yeah. Look, I'm gonna hit you up more. And look, you can tell me no, because I know you got shit to do. You got shit to do. I'm gonna hit you up when we got episodes coming up. Just be like, no, I got shit to do, and I'll hit you up next time I think of you. Yeah. So,
so the lowest. What category of those is it in? Which one of those?
And I'll let them know. It was in the female comic book movies.
Okay.
No, it wasn't. It actually wasn't. It was in the black comic book movie.
Oh, yes, it was.
So it's not black and female. So it's not like Catwoman or something like that.
No, it's Catwoman.
Well,
Catwoman is
there you go.
That
You
was
found
it.
it.
See, we actually dry snitched on ourselves just now.
We
But yeah,
did.
it was
We did.
Catwoman is the worst ranked movie.
Okay.
It
It's
has
kind of like because it's black and female. So
Yeah.
it has a negative 0.1875. You know what I'm saying? It is one of two. It is one of two movies that we've given F minuses to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like collectively, like the board across the board, everybody gave
what's
it.
the next one above that one?
Steel.
Yeah, look, and that being said, we got to do better.
Yes.
Got to do better.
Well, okay,
we're,
like I
we're
said,
all the way at the
Steel-
bottom and at the top. So
Well, Steel is at the bottom because the people that made it, that was white movie producers making a movie that they thought black people wanted to see.
Yeah.
I don't know why Catwoman is bad. Catwoman is bad for a whole different set of reasons.
it's
like
as research and development says, it's some people are writing and are like, we're making this movie about Catwoman. What do women like? Women like makeup. Make it about makeup.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty much. I was like, let's do a bunch of fat puns and make it about
makeup. I'm like, no, y'all fucked up. No, that's not what women like.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Catwoman is El Terrible, but we got. I'm looking at the list right now, and it's a good looking list. And like I said, coming up, we got the 5 Hellboy movies that we're gonna do in a couple of weeks, and then after that, we're gonna do all of the Avenger movies, including the animated films. I think altogether that would be.
And then I tease this.
Six Avenger movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then we'll do all of the X-Men movies.
Yeah. That's the month after.
Not the standalone hero films, but all of the X-Men group films. So that would be, I think, 6 movies there.
Yeah, and I teased this earlier. We have a special guest that we're getting in May. And once I lock a date in, I will say who it is. But y'all are going to want to see him.
Yes, we have a and I have an idea for that episode. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, we working on a couple of big guests. Now that I think about it, Greater Sapien is just the first big reveal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just wait.
And if we speak in ICP terms, Greater Sapien, you're kind of the first Joker card.
I am not going to speak in ICP terms. I refuse. Okay.
See, that's the commitment Monty gives on these torture episodes. I dive in. I've become a juggalo for right now.
Wait a minute. Wellington Smith said Catwoman's character arc was substantial, though. I believe that you're being sarcastic, but you might actually be onto something.
Let's have it out on another platform. Wellington Smith, you might lose plunger points.
No, I want to hear what he's got to say. I want to know what he thinks. So type it in the comments because I'd be very curious to know what the substantial arc was. Because it seemed like her arc was, maybe she was made for it, but maybe it was Maybelline. So I just
well done.
I just need to know.
Nice.
That was well done.
Yeah, type it in there, and we'll see it in the closing. So let's wrap this shit up. We got to the end of a shit show. And Penultima, thanks for dropping by. I missed you.
Likewise, man.
But yes, and also Beef Swellington, get well soon, dude. He's sick. He told me in a message, and I meant to shout him out earlier. But
man, I didn't know.
Yeah,
definitely get well soon, bro.
Yeah. Just so Zoe can get to sleep also. Let's wrap it up. Let's let Birdman take us out. The chat will still be here while it gets played. And let me shout out our top patrons again, which is Antonovich, I'm Baton, and Barry Sykes. Thank y'all. Y'all are the fucking shit. No, y'all are the cream of the crop.
Cream of the crap.
No, cream of the crap. Fuck.
That's right.
Cream of the crap. That's your title. Thank you for being that. And only I'm Baton sent his voice in. Both of you others, send your voices in, and you will be mixed into the closing audio of the show. That's what you get for being the highest level.
Get to hear your sweet voice.
Yeah. And I'm Baton did an awesome one. You won't hear it now. Once Hannibal's computer's fixed, he'll mix it in. We'll make it happen.
Baby step. Baby step. And like as always, if you haven't done already, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and consensually touch that like button.
Aggressively interact with the like button.
You know what I'm saying? If you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to Greater Sapien, go ahead and subscribe. This is some great content. And this isn't great black content. This is great content made by black people.
Yes.
So let's just, let's call it what it is.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
so,
look, both of us, we do awesome shit. Greater Sapien just has better proof than us of how awesome his shit is when you look at the numbers. That's all. But we're awesome.
That being said.
Yes. Let's play us out. Where's our closing audio? This is how we end every shit show. Every shit show ends with this.
This was a shit show.
Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more talking.